What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Wingin IT podcast. Jack, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm good. Just watching Andre and Shadow do their thing because I don't have the patience nor the time on Twitter to deal with idiots. I just I'm too blessed to stress, brother. I can't do it. I can't.
Hey, Andre, man, how you doing,
I mean, look, Jack just told you. He just told you. Look, I've been dealing with illiteracy because people can't understand
Goodness.
for some reason people can't understand if I bring an idea to you to get funding, I brought the idea to you.
Thank you.
And if you fund it, you are part of the work.
Thank you.
Versus you came to me with a commission and I performed the commission.
Yeah,
dude? What's
makes sense.
you know what? Why don't we just go on and talk about it? So Dust Bloods. I was not a part of the number one. I'm gonna be full disclosure. I don't like games like that. So I wasn't even trying to be a part of the network test or nothing like that. So were y'all able to get in?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jack, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts on it?
So I'll start with a disclaimer first and foremost. Elden Ring got me like this too. So so I'm a little on the fence solely because when I saw Elden Ring, saw the gameplay, I tried it out a little bit. And I was like, oh man, this is actually something that might be up my alley. And then it wasn't. So playing the Dust Bloods beta testing, whatever you want to call it, to me it felt smooth like Sekiro. I loved like the what you call them, the blood rings is what they're called, like the different characters. So of course they start you off with the first one that has like the pistol and the sword, which I think is an interesting combination. One thing I was surprised by were a lot of the button inputs. I didn't think going into that I was going to have to remember so much up front, but after a while, of course, you get used to it because I mean it starts off with the standard attacks of like R and ZR, but then you can like hold L and press ZR to do like a howl at the time they're attacking, but then also L to block, and then you can then like hold it for other things. It's there, so you got to figure it out. But once you figure it out, it's good to go. My first fight, and I don't know if this is a first fight that you have to do because I think this is in the tutorial area when the dude that comes in like the Amish onesie pops up with the skull.
God dang, okay.
and then,
Okay.
in the full onesie get up.
Oh, the guy from
with
the trailer.
Yeah, with the
Oh, okay.
helmet. Like
Yeah.
you get into that battle, and at first I'm like, okay, this is just like a trailer where they're just gonna talk, but he just kept walking up to me. I'm like, why are you approaching me? And then that's when you start understanding, like, okay, your X button is like that special move that you have. So mine was like to throw blood, and you can like charge it up to make it even more. But the movement just felt smooth, even with him trying to like run me down, doing like the high jump, and then doing like 3 more jumps, and then like going down at him, and it was just I don't know. The combat felt amazing. I never got to like the final fight after you go about kind of collecting everything and trying to make it to that final battle, similar to how Kirby Air Riders is, or either like Smash Run was, to where you kind of collect up as much as possible, level up, and then if you have enough, what is it, Andre? What is it you collect to get to the final fight?
Oh, the name is escaping me. I know what you're talking about though. You're talking about the those orb things that you get. And
Yeah.
Where you stop at the little. I can't remember the name of them.
I'm forgetting because
Virtue,
there you go, virtue. So when you collect enough virtue, then it's a matter of like I think 3 people can make it at the end, and y'all just duke it out right there at the end. So I never 2 lives. Like I never made it to the end. I watched other people play at the end, but to me, as the game is set up, what I think I like about it is not Elden Ring, and what I mean by that is I'm not just going into this open area fighting these obnoxious hard bosses all day every day just to reset and be pissed off and have to come back and collect my souls, and is never like that much. You can find different ways to get virtue. Like there's like you can even go to the point of teaming up with other people if you want to, or you can just kill them. Like it just all depends on how you want to actually strategize, how you actually try to make it to the end to actually do that final bout. But I think it was clean. Of course, the first day didn't happen solely because of issues. So I played a little bit on Saturday. I didn't get to play a lot on Saturday, and I didn't get a chance to play it today because we went to church. But other than that, man, I'll hold off on it whenever it does come out. I'm not doing the full price jump out the window, but I will eventually pick it up, and hopefully it has legs and it'll still be alive by the time I choose to pick it up when it comes to online. But
Okay.
I enjoy myself for what I did play.
Okay. All right, Andre. What about you?
I mean, I'm pretty much in the same line as Jack. It was fun.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be slow,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm used to playing Souls games. I don't play them. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but I expected it to be slow pace. But
Mm-hmm.
once you get the controls down, it is easy to cross a map so fast
Yeah.
that you don't expect that you're doing it. I remember looking at the map. I was in one corner. I was like, okay, I got to go here. I didn't overshot it because I was like, okay, it's gonna take me a while to get there. Looking at the size of the map, I bypassed it. It was like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then I learned about putting the markers down so I could actually tell where I was going. But the game it's not what you would think it is.
Correct.
It's Souls game coded, but it's definitely not a Souls game when you play it and how it feels.
Okay.
It feels so much better than being slow and stuck, moving
Mm-hmm.
barely around. I mean, yeah, in Souls games you do speed up once you level up and all that, but your characters have a lot of movement options. So I enjoyed it, and I did get to the final fight once, and it was me and two other dudes, and we was duking it out. But I was playing the long game, staying back, let them do most of the
Yep.
fighting. And then I think I waited for one dude to come at me. I moved out the way. He hit the other guy. Then I knocked him off the tower, and I was like, "Yeah, this is fun. This is a lot of fun."
Yeah.
Okay.
So, plus, you
Mm-hmm.
can get the helpers. You can get. I can't remember. I think they're called souls or something. They're not souls. Spirits.
No, spirits. Yeah.
You can get. You basically roll in with backup. And I had this big, thick tank looking character, so I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna rush out over everybody with you. Crush so many things. Like and the boss fights. Besides the playing against people, the boss fights are actually fun
Yeah.
because you have movement options. You're not stuck to one spot or waiting to counter. You could do that,
Mm-hmm.
but you can also move out the way. And fighting another person was it blood or draw, was it sword, something blood? I can't remember what they call them. It's like swarm blood, I think, or blood swarm, something like that.
I think Blood Swarm, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
blood swarm, I think is what it is. But dude, it's fun. It is so much fun. When you get to fight other people, it is so much fun.
Yeah.
Now you won't get your behind whipped a few times, but it's fun. There's no two ways about it. I know I died a lot, but as much as I died, I killed people, so I had an enjoyable time.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. That's good then, because like I said, I didn't get a chance to play that. So what I played this weekend was I tried out the Dusk Fade demo.
Yeah, I see.
That
Okay.
was actually pretty. That's pretty
You like
good.
that? Okay.
Yeah, I liked it. I'll probably pick it up sometime later. I just got too much stuff coming out,
I feel you.
and I'm not gonna put myself because I know I'm not gonna play it, so I'm just gonna wait. And I played the Trails in the Sky second chapter. I did do a live stream of that yesterday, so you can check it out. That first hour is Lord. That first hour, they Final Fantasy me with that first hour. I'm like,
Yes, they did.
God damn! Like y'all still talking,
Brother, that's why I was like, when it was like, oh, do you want to recap a chapter, the first chapter? No.
Like no, I already beat it. I beat it. I know what happened.
That's my whole thing about this demo. I love the fact that developers want to put out demos, but I need you to understand the purpose of the demo. The demo is for me to play the game, get
See
a
if I
feel,
liked it. Yeah.
and see if I like it and go about my business. If I'm spending majority of my time in dialogue in a demo, what are we doing?
Unless that is transferring over, and they didn't say if it was transferring or not. I'm hoping it is,
no.
but unless it's transferring over, then I don't need to do that. They throw me in the dungeon.
Yeah.
I think what some developers are missing is the art of placing someone. Like it ain't gotta be at the beginning of the game. You could throw them somewhere into the middle of the game and
That's what I
just give
prefer.
them a certain level. Give a basic breakdown and say have at it for like an hour, maybe two. And if they played the demo and they completed the demo, then give them a bonus for starting or getting the game and
There
then
you go.
playing new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the best way I can explain it, let's say, for example, we had a demo of Xenoblade Chronicles X. Throw me in a demo with a scale. So that way I know what I'm getting myself into when I eventually get there. Like, because I don't need a demo that's 3 hours. I get the scale and it's like, thank you for playing. No, you're not. Turn it back on. Like, we're not playing this
Yeah.
game. Like,
Yeah,
but yeah,
basically,
that
yeah.
because I
No,
was
it's-
skipping the entire time with dialogue. I was like, okay, I get it. I'm just trying to feel the game out. But yeah, I don't know, man.
No, the one on the Switch currently is if you pre-ordered. They have an open one coming up
Which one was that?
for Call of Duty, the beta.
Oh yeah. They got one that's coming
Yeah,
up.
that was
Yeah.
for pre-orders. That was for
Yeah,
every
yeah.
platform across pre-orders. But I've
Yeah.
seen people talk about how good it was and ran at
Yeah.
60 FPS.
60
Yeah,
FPS.
Yeah, but the Call of Duty one's got that. That's another
That-
thing. So I'm on the Sega newsletter chain, and so y'all know how like the new Crazy Taxi, all the videos don't have Nintendo on it at all.
No.
no.
Mm.
Every newsletter I get, Nintendo Switch 2 right at the bottom. I'm like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
well, y'all just put the damn. What are we doing?
They look.
Mhm.
I'm on that same mailing list, and I was like, why is they keep hitting me up to sign up for the test setup, and I was like, I already signed up. Why are you asking me
Yeah.
to sign
Yeah.
up? for something
Like, I
already
don't
signed
need-
up for?
Oh, the reason why they still send me stuff because I was on that Sonic, the one for Sonic and Sonic
Yeah, I was
Generations.
too.
That's why I keep getting it. But I'm like, why don't y'all just put it on the videos and everything else? Like, and that's the other thing I don't get. So I was laughing when uh the Sony fan base got mad that Dust Bloods ain't on there. I'm like, bruh, it's this the same thing that happened with Bayonetta.
Mhm.
Y'all can't get mad. If you want to be mad, you need to be mad at the company you support because they ain't paying for it.
No. Mm-mm.
So it goes to the company that pays for it.
Especially if you got the developer coming out saying, "Look, we knew who we need to go to,"
Yeah.
because it's not like
When
we
they
knew
say
that-
It's
that,
like this
when
is
they,
the
Yeah.
only company that's gonna let us experiment with it.
yeah, when they say stuff like that, that basically means either one or two things. Either the Sony and Microsoft fan base did not buy this game or
Right.
previous iterations, and we caught hell for it,
Mhm.
or B, Nintendo said they'll let us have fun with it.
Or even
They'll let us
see
play
the
around
last time we dealt with the previous previous
Yeah.
consoles, we didn't enjoy
Yeah.
that situation. So I mean,
Yeah.
either or is one of those things to where he felt comfortable enough to say, you know what, Nintendo, can you help us out with this? Not to mention they help with the game, not just
Yeah.
money, but they help with the
Yeah.
game too. And yeah, that I mean, it worked out, and it seems like this might be. Granted, we thought we were going to get it in the first year of
Yeah.
the console, but hey, it all worked out for a reason.
Yeah, everything works
better,
out.
I'm better for a later game coming out being good
yeah.
than it be rushed and bad.
For
Yeah.
sure, 100%.
Because you got other stuff to play. This idea that we don't have enough to play is preposterous to me.
It's nuts.
Like, if you saying that, I'm like, I can't take you seriously.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, J Biggs, I got it wrong. Then Switch 2 beta was for content creators. Man, fuck y'all.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
why do that? Why do that? Why separate the people playing on the Switch?
you
2?
shouldn't
Like,
do that. You really shouldn't do that.
'Cause-
I think I know why. I think I know why, because it's gonna have mouse control, it's gonna have all this other stuff, and the other people ain't gonna have it. But I'm like,
and
that's
the game's
not.
gonna be the game's gonna be crossplay
It's
though.
gonna be
from what I saw.
cross-platform. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it doesn't make a difference.
And guess what's gonna happen? A lot of y'all really go. A lot of you,
Switch 2
they
players
gonna be
gonna be
so
nuts.
They're gonna
mad.
tear them
Look,
up.
They'll eat them
As much
alive.
as much people most people think I'm joking. You're gonna see Switch 2 and PC at the top of the list.
Yep.
Mhm.
Switch 2 and PC
Y'all
gonna
gonna
be at the
find-
top. Y'all hate it.
Y'all gonna find out real quick that twist stick ain't what what you think it is.
That's where
Now,
I was like,
If Nintendo
I was
ever
excited
brings back, oh, I don't have
that
it.
we remote just to say, hey, here's a
remote
wireless
nunchuck?
one for the Switch.
Yeah, bro.
Because come on, look, Wii Virtual.
Bruh.
the Wii classics. Come on, that's got to happen at some
Dude,
point.
because the only thing I want is that the Conduit 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That game went hard, boy.
I actually want them to do the remastered version and put it out on the Switch and Switch 2. They should have been done that.
It should have been
Yeah.
done, yeah, because
J
it's
Biggs,
theirs.
J Biggs, that was interesting too because I know it's the same thing. The content creators that got access to it, they were like, we play Call of Duty, but we're not big Call of Duty players. So they
So
felt like
why?
it was content creators in there with professionals. So like they knew they were outmatched immediately. But one thing I will say for one of the content creators, I forget his name, he was saying that like, yeah, he was a big player on Call of Duty for Wii U, but he was like, he feels like the reason why only the content creators got it because he said it felt like it came in hot because they got a lot of that, like the code and everything, super late. So it might be a situation where they don't feel comfortable sending it out to everybody right now, at least for the Switch 2 version.
It was a last minute decision.
Yeah, it probably
that
wasn't something they were
could be
going
the
to do.
case. That could be the case because of what version of DLSS they're using for the upscale too.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the problem that I have with that. Like, y'all knew y'all was putting this out years ago, so come on, bro. You gonna
Don't
tell
mean
me
that
y'all
demo was coming. Doesn't mean
No,
that
but
beta because we do that a lot where everybody and their mama get a demo or a beta and Switch don't get it. And they just like, hey, figure out what the game play like on day one. I'm like, okay.
Which is
All right.
stupid to do. It's so stupid to do because, as you are seeing, people are buying third-party games on this platform. So
I'm at the top of the list.
You would think you want to put your foot forward to say, hey, look, you can play the game before you buy it, so you can see if you like it. Because you're gonna run into that situation where people gonna get the game, somebody not gonna like it, and they're gonna return it.
Yep, especially when you talk about Call of Duty's been gone for what, 13 years from
Yeah.
Nintendo. So
Since
this
what,
is the
Black
way
Ops?
you usher it in. I think they said what,
since
Ghost.
Since Ghost, yeah, Ghost.
So you usher it in like, hey, we've been going for 13. And then they named the studio that actually ported it over. But it was like, hey, you go full-fledged into this. I love the fact that they have mouse mode. Like you said, maybe simply for this beta, they're only using a light version of DLSS because I know I saw some confusion between FSR and DLSS. But maybe it looks a little bit different whenever launch comes because I think a lot of people complain about the graininess of it on multiplayer and then how it was like it stayed at 60 most of the time, but it would drop a lot in heavy situations. So that's where they were like, hey, if it's competitive, then you're talking about console is 120 and then, well, the other consoles in PC are 120 and the Switch would be like 60, like right at 60, or if not dropping there and here and there. So hopefully DLSS will fix that and help that out.
Well, it depends. I think what the Switch is capable of with the DLSS 3. I think
so.
3.5.
I think I don't know. I gotta look it up, but I think that's about right.
Either way, the development team that worked on it could potentially improve it along the way and make it better.
Oh, for sure.
So that's the good thing to come out.
Keep updating it.
The fact that they got it comparable from jump is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep.
I'm not even going front on that end. Now
can't knock them.
Now for that note, Activision better start actually putting the same content across the board. Don't need another Wii U situation where they don't deserve to have it. Why gimp the game?
Yeah, why gimp
the game?
Yeah,
send out the dime.
Same thing.
Like don't do that.
Make your money across the board. Because the second people find out the Switch 2 version ain't getting some DLC, that game is dead in the water. That's it.
Yeah. And I don't think that's going to happen simply because like it's with Microsoft. As much as people want to hate that situation, it's with Microsoft, and it's to Microsoft's benefit that everybody is parity across all platforms. It's to their benefit.
Yes, it is.
Because like the other thing is that was Bobby Kotick in the previous regime. They was doing that. I'm not gonna say it. They was doing
that. They lost money on that, which was
they
dumb
did.
part.
And the funny thing about it, when all that stuff was going on, and Bobby was trying to save his job, he was sitting there like, we should have put on. Yeah, you should have, dumbass.
I'm still amazed by the fact that they went through the trouble to put Call of Duty on the Wii and the DS, but then you gimp the two Wii U ports of Call of Duty and don't put one on 3DS.
Yeah. which made no sense because Black Ops 2 on the Wii U was, boy, that game was off the chain. But once again, you found out real quick who knew how to play with the Wii remote and Chuck and who didn't. Found
That's
out
what
real
I look.
quick.
If Nintendo puts out Nintendo Wii Classics and they bring out the Wii remote and nunchuck.
Oh, it's on the popping,
Oh
bro.
boy, I'm
Because I know I'm gonna have me one.
I might actually
yeah.
get Call of Duty at that point.
Yeah, I'm gonna have me one.
Actually get it.
Do I? Yeah, I still play my Wii. I still play Red Steel 2 and Conduit 2 on my Wii U.
Because truth be told, minus the lack of buttons, the Wii Mote could contend with the Joy Cons.
Yeah,
It really could in the sense of gyro, but like that if they decide to say
it's better for aim though.
correct,
way better for aim,
way
better.
Now my thing is, what do they do sensor wise? Like, do they release a wireless sensor along with the controller, or
they could?
Like,
It's not like basically all they need is like a little bar that just has two lights. Two infrared lights.
Basically.
I got mine like attached to the bottom of my TV for my Wii U, so I'm like, please let me use that one. But
I still got mine, so
I still got mine for sure. But
and
yeah,
I mean, honestly, so I'm good.
I got a wireless one too. I got the Dolphin May one for the May Flash one for my PC and the Android devices. I got the Wii one that came with the Wii U, and then I got a wireless one that does like the different ranges. But yeah, that would be awesome. And then I think with Power A, they added buttons to the GameCube controller. So if Nintendo says, look, this is a Bluetooth controller, we're selling the sensor to make it more accurate, and on top of that, we're going to add some extra buttons to it as well. Hey, you got a winner right there.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Like that's why I will always laugh when I hear people like complain about that. That's why I laughed at the whole Activision thing. That whole lawsuit thing was funny to me because I'm like, the only reason why you telling all this stuff, Bobby, is because you want to keep your job and you know you're gonna lose it as soon as this sale go through. You're out the door. Mm-hmm. And all you had to do was just like bow out gracefully, take your golden parachute, and leave when all that controversy happened because y'all was acting the fool. It ain't even allegedly. That was acting the fool. Y'all got caught.
Yeah, that was acting the fool.
So I'm like, you should have just bowed out gracefully then. But that just was funny because you're like, hold on. So you mean to tell me y'all could have? I thought y'all said y'all couldn't do it because it was just so behind the times and all that, because them EA
didn't make any sense when they were putting them on 360 and PS3 at the same time. So
at the same time, because they were trying to recoup costs. They were trying to. That's how you know a lot of these places are lying when they say they couldn't do stuff. Because I'm like, if you're saying this game can't run, quote unquote, then why are you putting it on the PS4?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I rest my case. I'm like, no, y'all putting it on the PS4 because they got 140 something million people, 130 something million people on it, user base, and you think if you just get 5% of them, that's making money.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you do it. So like, you just ignore a whole section for what? What are y'all allergic to money? Are y'all allergic to money or something? What?
Allergic to work?
Well, they thought the money that they was getting paid up front to do that was going to help them. It didn't.
And it didn't. That's why I'm like, I feel bad for some of these companies got closed, but I'm like, y'all kind of did that to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anything after 7th generation, the majority of them did that to themselves.
They did. I'm
not
like,
everybody, but the majority.
Not everybody, but there's a lot of them. I have my grand vision. I'm like,
well,
don't know.
Well, your nobody includes unemployment.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows your company or your team name.
Get a few basic. Look. Don't go for
your name out there.
Glasses with the brilliant looking frames. Go get some basic stuff first. Get the basics first. Make sure your lenses actually work before you try to sit there and paint a Mona Lisa and it come out looking like freaking Slimer from Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Like, there's no excuse why your first game costs $185 million. I'm sorry. That your first game should never cost that much.
Nah.
Yeah.
Sorry, it just shouldn't. It just shouldn't.
And Angry Vigilante, I'm probably not specifically getting it just because I'm not in the rush to buy peripherals.
True.
I am.
You are.
I am.
You have an affliction when it
I
comes
have
to
an
Yes, he
Zelda.
affliction
does.
when it comes to Zelda. I have an affliction.
It-
So, all
I mean,
right,
if I might, but I'm just saying at this point in time, I'm doubting I will.
yeah,
And if I do get it, it's not going to be while it's at full price. I'm probably going to catch it later when they
on
drop
the
the
sale.
price or somebody
Yeah.
has it on sale or something.
Yo,
All right. So, how y'all feeling about Elden Ring Tarnished Edition? Because I thought if you would have asked me this last year when everybody was losing their mind off that first trailer, you would think you would think that this game was never going to get fixed, and they was putting it out the next month. But now that they've done their little developer thing and they did that 1 minute video where they was trying to show people how the story to the game, what y'all think so far? What y'all think about the Tarnished Edition?
look,
Not
I've
looking so tarnished.
it
Yeah,
really doesn't. Like for it to, and then for them to claim like straight up is running 60.
yeah,
So I mean now it's smooth because for the people that did play it before, it was like, hey, it's running pretty bad, it's dropping frames, doesn't look that great. And for them to take this time to clean it up, it kind of begs the question of one, why did you feel like it was coming out last year?
yeah. Because they never
When
said when it was coming out. They
no,
just had the demo on the floor, and even on the demo, because the people that did record the little things, it
yeah,
had alpha footage on there.
yeah,
It
yeah,
had
yeah,
alpha, so I'm like,
yeah.
why are you counting frames in the alpha? You shouldn't. Okay,
You know how people get; they got to get their story out first.
yeah,
But even with that, like we from software, they're to me they're kind of like jank on their optimization sometimes. So
Mhm.
it to me is just always to be expected. I put them in the same category as Bethesda.
Ah,
Uh, but but all in all, for you to be able to take this game, get it to where it needs to be, and then also put a date on top of it, I think is the best situation you can ever think of. It kind of reminds
yeah,
me of No Man's Sky, right? Like, yeah, that game was not at all what they advertised it to be. Lied up and down, even to the point to where what a week or so out, they had GameStop taping the box up to cover up certain
yeah,
things that wasn't in the game.
Oh man.
So
yeah,
it's like, but for anybody that didn't know that, you look at the game now, it's beloved. They're still putting content out. It looks great. It runs great on every device that is on. It even has a VR version for it. Like, you would think, man, why is no one on this game as much as it should? Because this is a great game because of how it started out.
Yeah,
Like,
it
that's
started
just,
out that game started out worse than Cyberpunk 2077.
yes, yeah.
yeah,
So when I look at this, when I look at Tarnish Edition, one thing people have to do, get off social media when you looking into gaming sometimes because they'll have you think, oh well, this is a switch to increased price. No, it's going to be $80 everywhere. Now, the only way you get out of that $80 is if you buy the original game for a cheaper price and then you go and buy the DLC. That's about the only way you're getting it cheaper.
Which you
But
can't
all
do
in
for the
all,
Switch 2.
no, you can't. So you're stuck at the 80. Or you just wait for a sale that will probably pop up in a month or two. It'll bring it down to roughly about 60 to $50, and then you get
yeah.
it then.
I
Um,
I
mean,
will
they
definitely
always
get
have
it.
them for the holidays. They always have
always,
holiday sales.
always
So
them for the holidays.
I,
So
I kind
I
of
would
wonder
take that.
that. I
What's that?
kind of wonder. Did potentially since they knew they were working on Dusk Bloods with them, it could
Hmm.
have been that Nintendo helped them optimize
That's the thing too.
Elden Ring for the Switch 2.
Yeah, that
probably,
that would make sense. That would make sense because we've seen that with a handful of games at this point, to where we saw it originally, and then at some point, some will tell you they work with Nintendo, some say they wouldn't tell you at all, or even they've gone to third-party developers or porting developers that are well known with the Switch or Nintendo, and they do amazing. At first game I think about is WWE 2K, like 2K27 for NBA says it's going to be 60 this year. WWE 2K, since it's been on the Switch 2, has been 60 every year, running flawlessly. And but then again, they port it out to another company, and that company does wonders. So maybe it's just, getting with the right teams that are familiar if they got time to partner with you. Or, like you said, From Software having that in because of Dust Bloods,
Yep.
you sit right there with them. Hey, what are we doing wrong? And it can just be something as simple as a couple of code switches here and there and take some things out and fix this. And there you go. Now you got a 60 frames Elden Ring handheld. And I don't even think you really get that on Steam Deck or ROG Ally, to be honest with you. So now this is like the prime area for handheld.
Yeah. The biggest problem with when it comes down to this, because all the PC handhelds are all x86.
Yep.
Switch 2 is ARM. It is a completely different instruction set. So that's the main reason. So more likely it would need somebody to help them translate the code from complex down to reduced. That's the big difference. People, and it's hard to tell people that because people think that, oh, well, if the code works here, it's going to work there. No, that's not how it works. If you have a different architecture and they have different planning for them, you have to work within what's planned.
Right.
Reduced instruction set computations are a lot smaller, so they don't need as much stuff. So when people don't get, and this is the same problem that was prevalent with the Switch. If you don't know how to translate that code down from complex to reduce, your game is going to run like crap. It doesn't matter what you do, especially if you don't optimize by removing things that aren't necessary to the game anyway.
Right.
Because all of that's going to load into memory. And if all that loads into memory, it all has to be processed. That's why everything moves so slow. But when you try to explain it to people, it's like, oh, well, no, you're just making excuses. No, I'm telling you how it works. I'm doing research. I'm telling you how it works.
People don't like the answer, man. They don't like the answer.
So small. Your brain is so small and smooth like a peanut that you just can't comprehend it. And blame your teachers and your parents for that, not me.
Right. But no, I mean, it's cool, you know, and it just adds more to the third party of Nintendo, right? Like this is things we didn't have for the Switch. So now you're looking at being comparable in the sense of you have the Elden Rings or the Soul-like games. You have all the sports at this point. We're just waiting for soccer and baseball to catch up. For whatever reason, they're still lagging behind. But you got the RPGs like you've always had. You got the first party support. Like we got what Golden Eye and Batman supposedly popping up next month.
Supposedly. Yeah.
So now, granted, we've seen absolutely no footage, but it's still one of those things to where it's supposed to be here. But all in all, this is how you do it.
You don't know what it looked like
at all.
That was the thing that I didn't understand about the whole Bond situation. I'm like, y'all go from day and date to.
But look, if they messed up somewhere, I'm happy that they delayed it.
They're fixing it.
Yeah. You shot your load early, and it is what it is. But you know, you're cleaning up, you're fixing it. Same thing with Batman. They showed us ahead of time, like, oh, Switch 2. I'm like, okay, well, when is it coming? We'll let you know.
We thought we'd have it out by next month, but it looks like it's going to be about 8 months out.
Basically, So it is what it is. All right, so I saw this one online, and I thought it was hilarious because I don't think people understand about protecting your IPs. So there are people now complaining again that Nintendo should let their characters in Fortnite. Now, my thing is, I'm like, do y'all not understand that there's a reason why they're not letting them in? Number one, do y'all not remember the whole Bowsette situation? If you think modders ain't finna act the fool, if Samus, Zelda is in there, if you think they're not finna act the fool,
oh yeah,
you think they
there's already people doing it on the PC version of Fortnite anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, if you think they're not gonna act the fool if Ganondorf is in there, come on, man. Nintendo has to protect that. They have to protect their stuff. Those characters, because people forget Nintendo isn't a conglomerate.
No,
they're a game company. They don't have other divisions like Microsoft does and Sony. Well, Sony still kind of does, but they don't have that. That's their bread and butter is games. So their most valuable asset are their IPs. That's why when all these fans make their own game using their characters, they get took down and people be getting mad. But I'm like, no, that's theirs.
And
that ain't yours.
the one statement I want to make with that, it's not even always that they take down fan projects, it's that they take down fan projects that interfere with what they're putting out.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
if your fan project is unfortunately timed at the same time as what they're actually working on, of course they're going to take you down
This is
because
bad luck.
you are working against their profits.
Yeah.
Any company is going to do that.
Well-
Sega is famous for it, but everybody forgets Sega does it.
No, you want to know who
Sony
famous
does
for?
it. People forget
Yeah.
that Sony does it.
Yeah, because Sony's the one that Sony. You think Nintendo ruthless?
Sony tried to make it
So-
illegal to buy used games in Japan.
Sony, I dare you to use something with Sony music artists in it. I
Yep.
dare you. I dare you. See how fast your
Oh,
whole
they'll take
channel
it
get
down
taken
real
down.
quick.
So,
yeah,
yeah,
that's gonna be a long
the bad thing
conversation.
is one of my videos recently I was posting. I didn't realize I had a Sony song in it, and
That's the problem.
I was gonna upload it beforehand, and I had uploaded it, and it was scheduled out, and I realized that I was like, nah, I deleted that. Went in, took that song out, replaced it, and put it back.
Mhm.
bro, I will never forget. I was doing a movie review and looked at the trailer, and 15 seconds of the trailer had a song by a Sony music artist in it. They took
Mhm.
my whole video down.
Yep.
And I couldn't get it. Cause I went to YouTube like, hey, you hear me talking over the trailer. What is going on? And they were like, hey, Sony copyright strike because that's their artist.
Which is
They-
technically not even the way that's supposed to be done, because that
No.
does fall under fair use since it is
Yep.
transformative and not just. It's not like
But
you
they
just
ain't
took
wanna
the
hear that
trailer
shit.
and played
Yeah.
the trailer. It
They
was
want to hear that.
something was
Yep,
added
about to
to
say.
this. I'm discussing this, and this is
Yeah.
used as a backdrop.
Yeah. Ask
Yeah.
VG. We did a song together, a Miles Morales song. He entered like a dialogue. It was maybe about 10-second dialogue. Stripped the whole middle portion of the song.
Yep.
Like I had to pull the whole dialogue. So now the song just sounds weird because it's just empty space in between because we couldn't use it. They pulled it immediately.
I mean, Warner Bros. Did the same thing when we did that year the Game Awards had, and they was that Matrix Resurrection, and Keanu was there. They
Mhm.
took I had to fight them on that. I'm like, dude, we're doing a live reaction to your show that you said I could do, Jeff.
Got permission for it.
I got permission from you, Jeff. So
Jeff was like, you didn't grease my pockets, brother.
Yeah, I guess it's my name
Hey,
ain't
nah,
Kojima. I
no.
couldn't.
No, technically that ain't true. His pockets were greased because we were streaming it based upon his rules. So he
Yeah.
got paid for it either way.
Couldn't put a face to a name.
I had to go. I went back and forth with YouTube for like 2 days about that. I'm like, dude, it's a live reaction. What do you want me to do?
They don't care.
And then no, but they gave it. They let it go back live. I'm like, bro, like, did you shut down everybody? And apparently they shut down a lot of people. It wasn't just
Mhm.
us. But I was
It
just
was-
like, because of a Warner Brothers trailer.
Right.
Like I didn't tell them to do that at a video game awards. So yeah, like Nintendo ain't the worst one, and they ain't even the most ruthless.
No,
But
not for real.
For some
No.
reason, people be getting mad at them when they do it. But I'm like, dude, you have to protect your IPs. You have to.
Well, you know how that goes, right? Because it's if you really stop and think about it, like everybody in the chat, think about what games people look to emulate the most. It's not Sony and Microsoft's games.
Mm-mm.
It's Nintendo's games. Like most people have Xbox and PlayStation for one reason or another, and then they usually leave Nintendo alone solely because one, they're for whatever reason embarrassed about having a Nintendo console still to this day.
Which
But
I
then-
don't understand that.
It for I would say a better part of the last three generations, Nintendo's been easy to crack. So it's like, all right, well, I don't necessarily have to buy anything because if they're cracking the console within the first couple of months, I'm just gonna pirate. And that's usually how it's been going. So now with the Switch 2, you ain't got no choice. Like you got to get the console now. So it is what it is.
People especially hating that they didn't do Ampere or Ada Lovelace. They did a combination.
Yeah.
which is
Mm-hmm.
what's making it hard for them to do the pirating in the first place because the architecture is different from everything else, and you
Mm-hmm.
don't know
Yeah.
what specifically between the two you have to mess with to change it. So it makes it
Yeah.
so difficult for
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know,
Fun
man.
times. Fun time. I just thought it was funny. Um, I don't see a world in which they do that. They allow that to happen just because we know how people are.
Yeah.
I mean, they
We
were
know how
going to let
people
them
are.
do it, and they were going to let them do it as long as it was exclusive to Switch. And Epic didn't want to
Yeah.
do that, so
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because you think what Rocket League, they let them do the cars,
Yeah.
and it was exclusive
To
to the
switch. Yeah.
Switch. But
Yeah.
even then, like to me, even though Nintendo said they would have done it if it was exclusive to the Switch, looking at it, because my kids they play Fortnite, and looking at the Sonic characters, they look weird because
weird.
everybody
Yeah.
has to be the same height.
Yeah. And they
So
have
it's
to be
like
like the
Stretch
yeah.
that model.
just long stretch marks. I thought you would have been better just throwing them in robots like the other characters they did. I was like, because now they just look awkward, and then Crash is coming
Or
behind them.
or instead of elongating their models,
Yeah,
just put them in some sort of armor that would
Yeah.
make up the
there you
difference.
go. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, they could have done a lot of things, and then honestly, too, I don't think Nintendo would be too happy with Mario and Luigi having guns. I
Yeah.
really don't foresee them being happy with
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
So I
Not
mean, as much
realistic
as
ones, anyway.
Yeah.
no, and which I don't understand why people crave for it anyway, is not like it gives you an advantage in any way. It's just cosmetic.
Yeah.
So is like I genuinely don't
Like,
understand and or get it.
like
But
I understand John Wick. I understand that.
John Wick makes sense. He
Yeah,
have
John Wick
guns.
makes sense. Yeah, I understand Rambo. I understand. I understand the Terminator. I do not understand Goku and Vegeta because they don't need guns.
Bugs
I
Or
Bunny. I
don't
don't
Vegeta or
understand.
Chun-Li.
like Bugs Bunny.
But
I can
Chun-Li I can
understand
understand
if,
because he was
But it don't
close.
look right. If
but it
you
don't
see
look.
it, it
I
don't
would
look right.
I would have put Yosemite Sam, but that's just
Yeah,
me.
Yeah.
but he
Like,
would have to be
But then
tall though.
oh yeah,
he'd be slender. He'd be Slender Sam.
yeah, he'd be
Slender
Slender Sam. Yeah.
Sam. Yeah.
So it's just one of those things. Like, yes, some characters I understand, but others just don't fit. Are you just putting them in there just for
Just
one
to
or two
do it.
people? Because like that don't make sense. Like the Simpsons, I can understand that. I mean, it's a stretch, but
They
I can
have.
understand it.
It still works because they've used guns. They've
Yeah, and
all
on
used
top of
guns at
that,
one point.
and on top of that, it's like what 40 years of the Simpsons or whatever. So they,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I can understand that. But like Fortnite is one of those things where I think like as much as it like kind of sort of helped like gaming a little. I ain't gonna say a lot, a little bit, because it's done more damage in my opinion
Yeah.
than good.
Yeah.
Because it did put like it put the streamers and the
Oh
content
yeah,
creators
content
on the map.
on the map for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's to me it's done more harm than good because you got like Halo and other FPS is trying to put battle royale stuff, and I'm like, why are y'all doing this?
Yeah.
Like that, you
The
don't need to
problem
do
is
that.
even that they're trying to do it, they're trying to copy
Yeah,
Fortnite, which is
yeah, and I'm
wrong.
like, that's
Yeah.
not what you should
Do
be
your
doing. But
own version if you're going to do it.
yeah,
Hell,
so
I'm surprised. Has Fortnite done GI Joe?
No.
not that I'm aware of. No,
Mm.
Like that would be the easiest one to do.
that's the one they should have
G.I.
been.
Joe?
Yeah, like stop worrying about like
Hell, they
what
baseline
Nintendo
character
doing.
look like he Duke's son.
Basically, yeah. If we're being
You have to
honest,
spin that. You can spin that story.
you can.
They, that why are you? Y'all just not thinking.
I mean, and for anybody that think like Jay said, is it only helped content creation. Like it helped
Yeah.
content creators get money for sure. Like Ninja
Yeah.
kicked that off.
Yeah.
But when you think about the game in itself, because we were actually watching a history of Fortnite video the other day with the kids, and I didn't realize it started off as an idea of kind of being like not a zombie, but kind of like an apocalyptic shooter situation. And then
Yeah.
Epic just evolved it. Well, they changed it at like a year or two later to be similar to what it is now, and then it's kind of just evolved over time. But when you look at the game and even hearing the news, they're not making what you think they make because they spend too much money on licensing, it seems. So, like when you're talking about doing these concerts, when you're talking about, oh, okay, well, we got Chun-Li and Ryu in here, and then we got the WWE wrestlers in here, and Dragon Ball is like, how long do those licenses hold up? Because I know you can't just get them forever. It's like a certain window when you can claim them, and then you have them when you have them. But if you miss that
But they
window, you miss
lost
that
the
window.
store after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, even with them still being in the game, as the owner of those skins, I'm pretty sure you still have to pay some form of a fee as Epic, and which speaks to a lot of their losses that they took and how they had to let a lot of people go. So I wouldn't imagine this turning as much of a profit as most people think it does, because it stays around for a while because it's a free to play and a lot of money comes by battle pass and skins. But I don't know, like that game and Mario or Nintendo in general, there's not a single character I can think of, even Samus, that I would care to see in Fortnite, because there's no rhyme or reason behind it. They're just there as skins. They're not even a personality per se. They're just there doing the floss like everybody else. That's it. That's it.
But
that's like having Smash with everybody with the same moveset. It makes no sense.
The bad thing with Fortnite though, if they wouldn't have gone after all those high cost licenses, they could have used it to promote indie games.
Yeah,
they could have.
There's so many different indie game characters that would fit well into Fortnite, but they're not going to because everybody's trying to get the highest license stuff. But Fortnite took off before the skins started happening.
Sure did.
So my thought would have been, okay, let's work out some deals with some of these indie teams and basically promote their game through us. They could have been the Smash for indies.
Yeah.
But they chose not to be.
Yeah.
And it cost them money.
Oh, yeah. And then, now they're on this train. They can't get off. They can't get off this floating bus. They have to keep
literally can't. Yeah.
They lock themselves in the cycle. And the second this cycle breaks, that game is dead.
Oh, yeah. It's a wrap, because they could have utilized this time to continue to building the lore and the characters for that game in particular. Similar to the issues that we're hearing about now with Kingdom Hearts, right? Because where now people are kind of pissed that we're not seeing any Final Fantasy characters, but as they've kind of stated, they kind of want to have Kingdom Hearts be its own thing without Final Fantasy. It's like Final Fantasy was supposed to be like the assist man.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have never.
They should have never done it.
Yeah, they started off, and to be fair, that second game was fire. That second game was
still the best one.
It's still the best one in the series.
You started off the series linked to Final Fantasy, and then made Final Fantasy integral to parts of the story.
Yeah,
and then you just wipe them
dropped
out.
them.
Yeah,
like a bad habit.
Like, okay, well,
Kingdom Hearts 2.
This is what game? This is Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Yeah, basically what it is.
Like, let out the X-Men in this.
We're not gonna have We're not gonna have no mutants in it.
We're not gonna have the X-Men in it because nobody knows who they are. I'm like, what?
Like, who the hell said?
Who are you? Nobody knows it. Your whole series started with the X-Men. So how are you gonna say that?
And and the thing that makes it funny to me is like you have people. Look, I am a comic book reader, so I think it's funny to me that you have people who only watch like the MCU. They don't even watch cartoons. They only watch the MCU, and they really do think like the Avengers and all like the X-Men would get washed. I'm like, no, they wouldn't.
They would not.
No, they would not. like, yeah, I know y'all happy and hyped for Doom. Doom is not touching Storm if she gets pissed.
No,
Isn't Phoenix like a celestial or something?
Yes, like he's getting incinerated. So I'm like, bro.
Her last power up was with Eternity. She became the Eternal Storm.
Yeah,
temporarily.
And she's
still powerful as all hell.
Yeah, but she still has remnants of the
power. She still has power from that, and on top of that, she's great with hand to hand. I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm like, bro, look,
she has been trained by super soldiers. By Wolverine. She what? T'Challa trained her.
T'Challa.
He trained her.
He trained
her. He trained her.
Okay.
Several different ways, but we ain't going there.
But T'Challa even gave her that. She has her own Wakandan armor set for when she loses her powers.
I was saying, as far as I remember, it enhances the heck out of her powers. And
if she loses her powers, like you still screwed.
Look. I'm sorry. I'd rather fight her with her powers because I know
Then without him.
Because without it, she gonna beat the hell out of you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's I've always found that funny to me, just because I'm like, y'all have no idea. But then again, if you're only watching the Fox stuff, the Fox movies,
Which
you think they weak as hell. You think they weak as hell. I'm like, they're not. Especially what they did to Apocalypse.
That was the funny thing about the Fox movies, though. They humanized them too much. I think the Fox movies did.
Apocalypse?
Just X-Men in general. They kind of made them. They made them seem weaker than they are.
Yeah.
They tried to lower their power down to make it more realistic, which was not the way it should have been done.
Nah. There's a reason why they created Prime Sentinels and Nimrod. they were getting mollywopped.
Even the low-level mutants got something that could
take out a Sentinel. Yeah.
So, but that's because, and then on top of that, they made everybody weak, but made Wolverine strong as hell for some reason. Outside
I get it. Wolverine is the most popular. Yeah, and he's the most popular. So
he's strong. He is not the strongest. He is nowhere
uh-huh.
near the strongest mutant.
No.
And anybody with power over electromagnets could basically screw him up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Wolverine is just extremely lucky because he was so popular. So he was just in a scenario where they just made him have luck on his side, kind of. Yeah.
In the words of Deadpool, why does he get to get on every team and I don't?
That man on everybody.
Well, Wade, it might just be because you're a psychopath that doesn't know limits.
Yeah.
I will say this: the funniest thing I ever read in a Deadpool comic was when he stopped. He was in the middle of a fight, stopped the fight to call the Marvel editor-in-chief and ask him why he only gets to be in 2 books and Wolverine gets to be in 9. That is still the most hilarious thing I have ever read. He stopped the fight in the middle of a fight. Stopped and said, "Hold on one second, I gotta make a phone call." Calls to chief. I'm like, bro.
He's still wearing this for me.
Yeah. You gotta love Deadpool.
But that's the thing that makes Deadpool. So like when they did that thing with him without his mouth and that one.
Oh yeah.
You can't call that's Baraka from Mortal Kombat with his lips sealed.
Yeah.
He was supposed to parody Deathstroke, right? Wasn't that the original intent?
The original Deadpool was not a comedian.
He
was an assassin.
Yeah. It was basically like this. You had Captain America come out, then Deathstroke came out, then Deadpool came out after Deathstroke. But because Deadpool was too much like Deathstroke, at some point they just said, we just gonna do whatever with him and
make it funny.
Well, because he wasn't even popular. He didn't become popular.
Not popular at all.
He didn't become popular until like 97, 98 when he basically started doing Looney Tunes style attacks on everybody. And started breaking the fourth wall.
I had the comics when he was
when he wasn't like
serious.
Yeah,
he was vicious. I'm sorry, the fights that he had with Wolverine back then, it was vicious.
Oh no, the fight with Cable. Dude,
but his character didn't get popular because everybody's just like, that's just Deathstroke. Nobody really wanted to pay attention to him.
Yeah, and they finally started paying attention to him. I want to say around either 97 or 98 when they did that rebrand and he came out breaking the fourth wall and basically doing Acme style like attacks on people where he's like basically dropping grand pianos on people. I thought that was hilarious. But
that's good though because it makes the studio creative as far as like the type of art and stuff that they would use for stuff like that I thought that was cool. Anyway,
and I think after that, didn't he have a run where like almost every one of his comics was in a different art style?
Yep.
Yeah.
That
was cool too.
It was the same series, but all of the comics were different art styles.
Because and then like if it was like if it was like a manga art style, he would be in anime that week or that month or whatever, which was also hilarious because he do stuff that didn't make no sense. But yeah, I mean that's why when I hear people complaining about the Deadpool movies, I'm like, y'all do know Ryan Reynolds actually reads the comics. He actually knows what he's doing, and like that is actually lore accurate, right? Y'all do know that, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all do know, like, oh man, I hate this. He talks too much.
That was the point. He's the merc with.
I was wondering where he was a fan to begin with, or he became a fan because he was trying to get into character.
No, he didn't know about him until they did Blade Trinity, and I forgot who he said gave him the comic book. He was like, "This is funny," and he was reading the Joe Kelly run. Yeah, and he was like, "This is actually." It's kind of like what happened when Sam Jackson walked into that comic book shop and saw the Ultimate Nick Fury. Like, this is me. Somebody call Mark. You about to sue? He's like, "This is me."
That would be crazy if that was after X-Men Origins, though. That'd be wild. But yeah. I don't.
But then, like, he gets the character in Origins, and then like they did.
Yeah, it was just serious. Yeah.
No, the beginning they did it right in the beginning. Then they did what they did, and I'm like, the Wolverine movies I don't understand because they like the first two Origins and Ronin was doing good until they got to the end and made Silver Samurai Mobile Suit Gundam Silver Samurai. I didn't understand that. I'm like, y'all had the guy Harada in the movie. He was played by William Lee. Let him be who he's supposed to be. Why did y'all make this big Gundam suit?
Which is something Silver Samurai would not never do anyway.
Yeah, like what in the but they be good.
They thought that they went with the idea, oh well, it's Japanese anime likes big robots. Let's throw it in there.
So no, like that movie was awesome for an hour and 35 minutes. That last 10 minutes, what is? I'm waiting for Hiro Yui and Duo Maxwell to show up. I'm waiting for Hiro Yui and Duo Maxwell to show up. But I digress. So, sorry for that little side split, everybody. But
it was fun.
So, like, the last thing I want to talk about is 2KXO. Mm-hmm. So, Riot Games has released that it is shutting down in December. Now, that's their free-to-play game based on the League of Legends series. So, here's my thing. What could they have done differently? All right, I got a couple of reasons. One, not make it free-to-play. Sell a game so you could actually get your money in. Mm-hmm. Two, you probably shouldn't have focused on the FGC. The reason why I say that is because that's a small pool of people. It's not this gigantic, massive community of people. It's a small pool of people that you try to go after that you're not going to survive like that. Especially on that free-to-play model, you're not going to survive like that. You have to have that balance of casual people to come in and boost your sales. The other thing, too, is you left an entire group out of a free-to-play game.
Yep.
You left the Nintendo crowd out.
Oh, well, that was stupid. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it wasn't on.
That's dumb.
You left them out. Like, that was stupid. So... you were doomed when you did that because, like, no matter how you feel about the Switch, that's 150 million doggone people right there. Dude.
Yeah,
like
at least somebody that would just go and download just for the heck of it.
Yeah, because like, dude, I like some of that stuff, dude. I love Ruin King, the Convergence. I love those games. Those games are actually good. So, because I was saying that's what Overwatch should have did. They should have did like that. Let some indie studios take some of their characters and make games out of them. But you have a free-to-play game and you leave 150 million people out? You leave them out. And you wonder why it failed? I could have told you it was going to fail off that. Like, once again, this ain't an exclusivity thing where it's only on Sony. Now, it's on Sony, Microsoft, and PC, but you left 150 million people out. That doesn't make sense. From a business standpoint, that's stupid. So, yeah, that was a miscalculation. In the words of Vegeta, would you like me to tell you where you miscalculated? So, like, that's where you miscalculated. Like, bruh, you can't focus on. And I thought everybody saw what happened with Street Fighter V. Capcom doing that, focusing on FGC, and that blew up in their face in real time.
Yeah, it did.
And that's Street Fighter. That's Street Fighter. Street Fighter is known to be at Evo and all them other places, and they got they had to deal with that, and you didn't see that.
Didn't think about it.
So
I think about it.
that's what I think they should have did differently. One, you don't skip over 150 million people.
Mm-hmm.
Two, make a game, like make a complete game. Like even Killer Instinct, when they did what they did, they still sold the game,
Yeah,
so
they did.
people could buy the game. You should have did
Free to
that.
play was just basically get you to give you a taste of the game.
Yeah.
But if you really wanted the experience of the game, you had to pay for it.
Yeah, you could pay for the full, release and have because look, it's League of Legends. A lot of people don't know the lore about these characters. There's a lot of lore to a lot of these characters. Like Ruin King did some of it, Convergence did some of it. You had to watch some of that Arcane to do one story of it. Like
that's why I know.
lot.
That's the only reason why I know some of these characters from Arcane.
Yeah, and that's only one portion of that's one specific story. That ain't even the whole thing, the whole gamut. It's a lot. So
the game itself has a vast amount of lore to it. I like the character designs, but I am not into playing that game.
Yeah.
Okay, so now as a person that has been trying to get into fighting games for a hot minute, I'm taking a look at this game right now and loving the art design.
Mm-hmm.
See that as a fighter, because when you mentioned it, I'm like, I've heard this game before. I just get.
Oh yeah, you heard it before.
I'm looking at it now.
Talked about it before.
And so to your point, the first point is, yeah, I agree. Free to play fighting games almost never work. Like never work. I've seen tons of them pop up on the eShop or any store, and they just kind of show up and they die. Content creators can't even get these things to stand up. Yep. So especially if they quit them, I think that's the biggest issue. But when I look at fighting games in general, right? I know there are a few creators that I'm familiar with, like Maximilian Do, that tend to popularize the fighting scene, and then I know some of the competitors like Sonic Fox that show up at a lot of these competitions, and they tend to know how to jump into these games fairly quick and pick up the mechanics and start to master them. But one thing I can't wrap my head around with fighting games, and at least the success of them, if you are not an OG, what are you doing different in these fighting games to be able to survive? Because I think, not saying that they're not good games, but Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, Street Fighter are like the four that pop up in my head that regardless of what they drop, people are going to pay attention because they've been around long enough.
Yep.
And so they came at the right time when we still had arcades to where people were genuinely like, all right, I'll fool with this. Now you have the fighter games where they don't have that luxury to pop up at an arcade. They now have to kind of pop up at these gaming events or these tournaments to try to get some notoriety. Let them play it, try to bring some attention to it. But at the same time, I put it in the same category as like shooters, like whether you're talking about Call of Duty or Halo, whomever. They usually don't have campaigns to even entice the single player crowd that wants to come in and try to get into a fighter or have that level of entry to where I'm like, okay, I can get into the game, understand it, not necessarily master it, but get good enough to where I can really do what I need to do without feeling like I'm cheating the game by doing like these different controllers where I press one button to do a 55 hit combo. I'm exaggerating, but like you're pressing one button to do a combo. And then that in itself, you get shunned because you don't want to go online because the ones that really learn it kind of like, we don't want to deal with you because you're now using modern controls. And so there's like that, there's no staying power for it really. It's like almost if the hardcore fighters don't like you, then you're done. So it's like, who can make that game that can kind of cater to one or the other? Do you stay with the noob crowd or do you go with the hardcore crowd? And which one is going to keep you alive longer? And I don't know if this game did that. From what I'm looking at, just from videos alone, a lot of the hardcore crowd said they dropped it immediately.
Yeah,
so
they did.
I don't know.
I think that's why, and a lot of people are saying, "Well, Smash did it." I'm like, you got to understand, Smash wasn't trying to do that.
Yeah,
people tried to do because people weren't good at Tekken, they weren't good at Dead or Alive, they weren't good at Street Fighter. They were getting waxed when they went to these tournaments, so they made their own because they were good at Smash.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
So that's kind of what I wanted to get to, right? So the Smash situation happened. It was a happy accident, but it was a happy accident because it was fun even to lose in that game.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think what has to happen is just like any addictive shooter, like you have to have fun even if you're not winning, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, but that's just like that's kind of like the notoriety. That's why Mortal Kombat was successful and stuff like that. Um, like even if you get your butt whooped, because Mortal Kombat is cheap, right? But even if you get your butt whooped, you have something to look at and it's entertaining, and you're like, wow, I didn't, whatever, or you'll see something that you haven't seen before, or somebody doing something outrageous or whatever, and it entertains everybody watching.
Correct.
Versus you getting roasted over and over again in this game that you don't even, the characters don't look appealing, what you see isn't appealing, and it's extremely technical, and literally the person that's in front of you, you would never beat them. You would never beat them. You'll never be better than them because there are things that they know about frames more than you, and there's never a situation where they're not going to know what's going on before or after you. So that's kind of my scenario when it comes to that. And the game that I could think that's like kind of got around that and it isn't a big franchise or anything like that is probably Skullgirls. I've seen some people say negative things about it, but I have not in my time, and I just labbed with this game. I didn't play competitively with anybody. It's just CPU and me going in and just doing stuff. And me going in and just doing stuff and getting roasted by the computer once I turned the difficulty up and stuff like that, it still felt fun to go back in and figure out why I lost. So you have to you gotta get that feeling somehow. Like I feel like the impact of hits needs to be felt some type of way. I don't know what that is, like, because it doesn't matter whether you have vibration or not, or anything like that. It's the flow of the game somehow, where you can kind of feel like how you're playing, whether or not there's any type of like force feedback or anything like that. Just somehow you're able to tell. I don't know what it is about that, but Mortal Kombat is really good at that. Killer Instinct is really good at that. Street Fighter is now. At first, they were not. Like you kind of like you were so into it, you kind of felt it because of what you see on the screen. But now it is because they're dealing with everything, all the competition. So I feel it's got to be that if you're gonna do a game like that. I heard somebody say that the fighting game community kind of threw away arms. Like I feel like you have to do something like that, where no matter whether you're playing in a tournament or you're just throwing a few back and playing at home, it's a good time. Like you enjoy, you're really addicted to playing the game because it's that fun. I think that has to happen, and I'm not seeing that with a lot of these other games. They're just like, hey, let's go add Marvel characters, or let's do, and they don't even focus on the core aspects of the game, or they're doing things for things' sake. Like, let's add all these levels of things on top of the game, all these complexities, and they didn't think whether is this fun or not first. So and obviously that's what Nintendo got right with Smash. That was the first thing. Like, we're not even trying to make nothing complex, and somehow you got 50-year-olds with N64 controllers that are beat the hell up playing. You know what I mean? Like, somehow Nintendo did that. They just said, hey, we just want to have fun and have these characters smack each other around.
It's a party game. It's not a fighter. It's a party game. I don't understand why people get mad when you say that. Like, no, it is a fighter. I'm like, no, it's not. It's a party game. Mario Kart is not a realistic. It's not a sim racer.
No.
Right?
And it's crazy that you could learn from that, though, because it's just those beat-to-beat moments of Nintendo trying to make a fun game ended up making, the community ended up making a tournament game out of it because it was so fun. If it wasn't fun, if people didn't enjoy playing with Nintendo characters, it would have never taken off. It would have just been another, whatever. What do you call those games? Another spinoff, basically. That wouldn't have done
so quick question, Shadow. So I'm glad you brought up the point about Smash just kind of going with fun first, and also the fact that it's a party game, even though you throw hands in it, is considered a party game at first. We've had knockoffs since then, respectfully, whether you're talking about like Brawlhalla or whatever. Those games have not been so successful. Would we say this is a lightning in a bottle situation, or do you think we're able to get other fun first fighting games without getting so complex when we talk about combos and people worrying about juggling you into the air and figuring out all the little minute things to actually perfect the game and win these matches and rank up online.
I think you got to do two things at the same time, and it's going to be impossible, right? Because what you have to do is you also have to respect the customer. You can't attempt to clone Smash and say we do these things better and then expect it to sell, because they're just going to be like, I'll just play Smash. Like, why do I want to play this thing that's attempting to be this when I could just play this?
Right.
Like you've seen other takes at it that were way different that were also fun too. Power Stone is insane.
Yeah.
So like it's things like that. You got to be just different enough and still have the core fun there to where it could still end up being something worthwhile. And that's tough to do, especially in the 2D fighting game space, because that's so jam packed with competition. Like, it's so many. Anytime somebody puts one out, there's another clone coming out right after that.
Yeah.
And the 3D space, it's really just Virtual Fighter. Because Tekken technically is still 2D. It's not. Yeah.
Okay.
They tried to go semi 3D in the very first game, and after that they just went 2D again. So it's really just Virtual Fighter. Nobody else is really out there. DOA is kind of pseudo like it sometimes, depending on who you playing with and what character it is. But typically it's 2D too. So somebody's got to come out there either with a really good 3D fighter, that, I mean, not like ARMS, because ARMS is obviously doing some gimmicky stuff with range and stuff like that, right? It's got to be like a 3D fighter where like your left arm is your left arm and your right arm is your right arm, and you're in 3D space and you're going at somebody. Like, that's got to be a thing. And I haven't seen anybody do it other than Sega. I haven't seen anybody come close. So but I think that's the next avenue though. Like, we got all this technology. It can happen. Yeah. It doesn't have to be VR and mimic your arms. Somebody needs to come up with a way to do it with buttons. And I think that'll be it. I think that'll be the next one.
The bad thing is Tekken's button setup is perfect for it. They just don't use it that way.
They don't want to do it because they know, like, they don't want to alienate the tournament base either. Yeah. So they see what it is.
The problem is that that base is so small, and they should not be influencing developers like that. I'm sorry, they just shouldn't. Because you see when they tried to influence Sakurai, what Sakurai did, ignored him.
I don't care.
Straight up ignored him. I don't care. Like, and Royal Hustle, to your point, Sony could do that, but the problem with PlayStation All-Stars, and I like PlayStation All-Stars, to be fair, the problem was they decided to try to be serious. Smash is not serious.
No.
Smash is not serious. Smash is Looney Tunes meets Nintendo characters. I'm going to throw you off this screen with a Giga fan.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm going to use this Pokeball. I'm going to hit you with a baseball bat. I'm going to hit you with a super scope. I'm going to hit you with this Megaton hammer. I'm like, yeah. Oh, and now we got assist characters.
To the ground and beat with a tennis racket.
Yeah. I'm gonna have this giant Metroid fly you around the screen while draining your energy. They knew to have fun, and so that's why once again, the other reason why I laugh at supposed Smash Brothers serious fighters. They want to take everything out. You can't. You have to play stop. You can't use
on flat stages.
It has to be flat stages. I'm like, why? If you so good, if you better than everybody else, beat me. You don't have to make up all these.
Beat me within the rules of the game.
Don't strip
the rules away.
Yeah, and the other thing about Smash that I also think is funny when people try to ban characters. I'm like, first of all, Sakurai spent too much time balancing everybody for you to sit up here and try to say, "Oh, this character's banned." No, it ain't.
Nah, don't Steve back in there.
Y'all don't like the matchup. That's all.
Yeah, you just don't like the matchup. Like, somebody tried to tell Andre when we was talking about another fighter, and he was like, "Bro, we know the matchup."
Yeah, I know the matchup. I don't like the matchup. I know how to beat her. That doesn't mean That doesn't mean that because her moves are cheap that I can't beat her. Her moves are cheap. She has special moves that act as supers. She has super moves that lock you into place. Why would I like getting beat by a character that can do that even if I can get around them, that doesn't mean I like it. It's just I can get around them. I just don't like the way the character works. I think the way that she played in freaking, oddly enough, Capcom Fighting Jam, I think how she played in that was perfect. But how she plays in Street Fighter 6 is like they tried to make her God mode for some reason, and she shouldn't. Technically, she should be based on storyline, but in gameplay, she shouldn't be. She shouldn't be able to hit you from across the screen 5 or 6 times and then jump across the screen and fucking hit you with a combo and keep you in the air and then knock you to the ground and bounce you up and keep you in the air. Like that's Marvel vs. Capcom 3's broken ass system all over again.
Yeah,
and I dislike that system.
to be fair with that though, right? Like you have entire fighting game tournament champions that the entire point is to play lame. Because it's psychoanalysis at that point. I'm playing in a way that is so unfun, you quit and then I win. Like that happens too.
And that makes me not. That's why I don't like the competitive scene.
Yeah,
well, I just don't like the restrictions. First of all, I don't like restrictions on characters because I'm like, if you as good as you say you are, then prove it.
But that's beating the matchup, though. That's what you have to do. If that person is playing cheap or cheese or whatever you want to call it or whatever, right?
Look,
you have to be good enough to navigate that, and sometimes that's not fun, but sometimes it is. So like, it depends on who's playing.
That's the thing. It's not fun, but that doesn't mean you can't do it. And when you tell somebody, "Oh, I don't like the matchup," doesn't mean I can't beat the matchup. I just don't like it.
Nobody cheeses as much as Daggone Jigglypuff and Kirby, so I don't even want to hear that.
That's my go-to. Kirby.
Like, bro, when you can knock Kirby off the screen and he floats all the way around, up under and back around.
Like that's cheap as hell.
Jigglypuff 9 jumps.
Look, Sakura's baby though.
That's like
his baby go down. Look, he gave his baby the lead.
Yeah, like jeez, bro. Like
he ain't gonna let his baby go like that. But before we move on, because I do want to focus on this with Riot Games. I think their mistake was thinking that because they made League of Legends and Valorant both free to play games, and they were making another free to play game, they was just gonna be successful. The problem was that, again, like you said, they focused on the FGC instead of making a game that anyone could play.
Mm-hmm.
Make a game that anyone can play. Make the baseline easy to get into, but the skill level should go up. It shouldn't be the baseline is up here and you expect all the people down here to come up to play it. No, you want the baseline down here, and then the people that are up here have actually earned it. The people that are down here, they could work their way up, but some might not want to. Some might want to stop here and call it a day. That might be what they like.
Yeah, because some people
making a game should be about the fun, the experience, the excitement of the game, not how deep and technical can I make this game and can I do this for free and try to make money off of skins and no, just make a competent game, put it up for sale, and what you want the game to be is something you yourself want to play. You want to make a game that you want to play. If you don't want to play it, you have made a crappy game.
Yeah.
I think the other part too, right? If you're making a free-to-play game, you want to be mass market. That's the whole point of making it free-to-play.
Yeah,
right.
Why did you make this game require 2 teraflop GPUs? That doesn't make any sense. And what are you doing with the 2 teraflops? It's a cartoony style tag game. Like that could have been worked around. And that's one of the reasons probably they had issues. They couldn't port it to Switch, or it probably wasn't in their goal anyway.
I don't think it was ever in their goal because they never talked about it.
And that's crazy because that should have been lead platform anyway. You talking about at the time it was like 90 million systems sold.
Well, when they started it was 90. By the time they got it out, it was 130.
That was this year. That game came out what? That game came
out
last
year.
This year or late last year?
No, it came out last year. It was last year, last year.
I'm talking about when they first started.
When they first started working on it,
it was like 2024.
It was 2023. It was 2023.
So you knew it was a runaway by then. You knew it was a runaway success by then. So like you not supporting that platform, that was a real dumb move.
That was dumb. But that was just stupid.
That's weird because hold on. I'm trying to think. Isn't Valorant on Switch?
Valorant is.
Valorant is.
Which
Yep.
you would think Valorant is on Switch. League of Legends is a game that you can play on basic PCs.
Well,
Yeah.
and plus like all the other spinoffs are on there. All the other spinoffs that came to everywhere else is on Switch. So that's all. Like it's not like they didn't know. They knew.
Why would you waste that money to do that?
But then, and now you're wondering why the studio had to let go half the team. I'm like, yeah, I wonder why. Y'all wasted money. Like I said, they should have made an actual game that you could buy. That way you could get some kind of money coming in. And two, you do not ignore 100+ million fan base. Yes, you're not going to get everybody, but you'll get a good percentage.
You segmented PC too, because this is a free-to-play game, and now basically every integrated GPU is incapable of running the game. So that's people that got laptops.
Yeah,
that's people that got mobile phones with the little controllers on it. That's people with tablets. Nobody can play this game unless you're sitting in front of a monitor like a mongoloid. So there's no way to share the popularity of this game. So if you didn't have a discrete GPU, it just wasn't happening. So I just don't. It doesn't make any sense to me why they did that. If you're gonna make a mass market, or you're gonna attempt to make a mass market free to play fighting game, you want everybody to be able to see that, especially if it's not a known franchise. Like it's not.
There you go. Yeah.
This ain't Killer Instinct. This ain't Street Fighter.
It ain't. It ain't Smash Brothers. It ain't like you're not getting that.
What would have worked? Like you said, making sure they made a version of it that could work on lower end hardware. But instead of making it free to play, make it like a $30 fighting game.
Yeah.
You would have made. They would have made bank on that, and it could have been every.
People want to buy games, man. They're not out here just pirating everything. They're okay with purchasing a game.
Especially if it's a game they can sink their teeth into, especially for a new IP. I mean, especially when you think about this as well, like everything y'all say has been correct. But the one thing I thought about while y'all were talking, there's like two genres I can think of that are almost impossible to crack. And that's fighting games. And then also I think like racing games as well. Yeah. Like you'll see people try to dive in them every now and again, but they're just almost impossible to crack. And especially fighting, because it seems like it's gravitated solely to tournaments. Like the competitive scene is where it gets its lasting power because arcades are gone. So now it's like, okay, we have to figure out how to make this game last. And I love the idea that Mortal Kombat did when they started doing the whole story mode of you going through and actually playing with each character. That then builds the lore, which I...
One second. Mm-hmm. Mortal Kombat didn't introduce that. That's old school.
That is old school, but...
Toshi didn't. Now they brought it back, which was
right. But I like how Mortal Kombat did it. That's in the sense to where like Mortal Kombat was like you had to play as each character. Like there was no okay, take this character, run them through the story. That's it. It was like, okay, as I'm going through this game, chapter whatever, I'm now switching to Liu Kang, then I'm switching to Johnny Cage, then I'm switching to Katana, and so far and so on. So it made you play with each character, even if it was a character you didn't even think about. Because I don't know about anybody else, as like when I was younger, my character selection was based off how you looked. It's like, oh, okay, if this is a cool looking character, this is who I'm going with.
I'm going with. Yeah.
I don't know anything about you or your moveset, so I'm gonna go with the cool looking character. So what Mortal Kombat did was like, okay, you may not think this character looks cool, but you're gonna have to play as them anyway, and you might figure out some things. And on top of that, you might actually learn a combo or two to actually utilize this character if you ever decide to get in to a fight with somebody using this character. But when we talk about this game in particular, like you said, League of Legends is well known, but the characters themselves are not so much. So if you take that approach of saying, okay, let's do what Mortal Kombat did and make people play with characters from Arcane and all the other characters that you put into this game, not only are you getting lore there, but then you're also adding some longevity when you talk about a story mode. And if you then want to get into competitive, then you can get into competitive. But I think fighting games are kind of missing like a one more mode thing. I don't know what it could be, whether it's a survival mode or something outside of just online that could make the make the game stay around longer to make people want to come back. Because I don't know if you can add RPG elements to it, because I think it'll get a little finicky.
Well, that's what World Tour mode was in Street Fighter Alpha 3 originally. That's all it was. It was basically a fighting game RPG. And that's what they ended up turning around and doing with Street Fighter 6.
So is it working right now?
City of the Wolves is copying old school World Tour mode. So stuff
Do you feel like it's working though?
Mode, so stuff like survival mode, like a battle mode where you swap between multiple characters between rounds, stuff like that. That you like battle mode is something that hasn't happened since I think old Street Fighter 2 and freaking Fatal Fury back on 4th gen consoles.
Right.
But it's the problem with it coming down is focusing on FGC is that the companies aren't putting in enough stuff that's fun for people that aren't competitive players. You put more stuff in that's not for the non-competitive scene. The competitive scene is going to thrive anyway.
Yeah, they're going to.
For the non-competitive players, the people that might just want to play games solo. Maybe they just like fighting games, and they just want to play a fighting game. They don't necessarily want to play against other people. Especially me, as of late, more likely, I don't want to play online against people I don't know.
No.
Especially playing Street Fighter, where you got guy will nut punch you 3 times in a row, punch, then do a sweep in a flash kick. Like, that's annoying.
Yeah, so people start figuring things out. Yeah,
I find it fine. It's fine to me that people go to that level for themselves, but for me, it's annoying. Like, I want to play the game. I don't want you analyzing every second of the match. Let's just get in, go ham, and get out. But you sitting there psychoanalyzing every step of the match makes it boring as hell.
And now you see,
if there's a rush down character, I'm picking the rush down character because I'm going to rush down on you, and I'm not going to stop rushing down on you. One way or the other. This
Violent Ken.
I'll pick Ken. Look, depending on the Street Fighter game, I got Ken. I'll play Sean, especially Street Fighter 3. I'll play Guy. I'll play Fei Long. I will play any character that comes at you.
Yeah.
Because that's fun. I mean, I can play the characters that stay back. I don't like doing that. That's why in King of Fighters, I like playing Kyo or Terry or
that's my crew right there.
Because you're I'm coming at you. Hell, Andy, especially Andy, because and unfortunately Andy gets short legs, so he gotta go at you. But that's me. I like doing that. I don't like playing the game where I have to sit back, throw a fireball, sit back, throw a fireball, sit back, throw a fireball. Like that gets so boring. Because once I figure out the pattern, and all you're going to do the second I get close is high kick or sweep low, it's annoying as hell to keep dealing with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Or if I get too close and I get in to do a combo, you got a dragon punch that this character didn't have at all. Like Luke should not have a dragon punch. That looks so lazy. But besides how ugly his moves are, it needs to be a fun experience.
Yeah.
Every character has a purpose, but it should be a fun experience. It should never be, well, we have to make it technical so the FGC can like it. Fuck the FGC. I don't care about them. I've never cared about them.
No.
I mean,
I think they're skilled. I just don't care.
Well, the problem is I think they have too much influence and they shouldn't.
Yeah.
They just shouldn't have that much influence.
They literally do not fund the games. They don't.
Yeah, they don't. But you let certain people tell it. That's the only way games get popular. And I'm like, that's not true.
That's not true.
That is not true.
So the Street Fighter 2 would have never been popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
wouldn't have been popular. Smash wouldn't be popular.
And I will say this. This is like one of those few times they actually had me agreeing with Max. Because Max came out and said, I'm like, yeah, because they should have never did that. They should have never. They come like I left the article in the chat if you guys want to ever read it. They basically straight up say, "Oh yeah, we was trying to get the fighting game community." I'm like, bro, y'all. So this thing was destined to fail from the jump.
From jump, yeah.
Lowest common denominator.
It was destined to fail. And then you go on to read in the close to the bottom, it says that it wasn't just revenue; it was like game retention and all that. Yeah, because look who you went and got. They went right back to what they like.
Now this is the key. This is the key. this the key L right here. Our approach was to tackle some of the issues that we knew the FGC struggled with by building more reliable netcode, making the rank grind less lonely, committing to more frequent game updates, and more like, how about just make the game fun?
That's it.
And let people jump in. Like,
worry about the online. Make a fun game, then worry about the online. That's all you need.
That's because really starting with the fun game solves majority of your problems. Because if anything falls flat, then the core game is still solid. Like I'm thinking about too with correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's Soul Calibur 2, to where you do fight against different types of characters on certain modes, to where it's like, okay, this character may be 10 times stronger. So the moment you get popped, you're gonna lose a lot. But that adds challenge because it's like, okay, now I'm not just playing against the computer. I'm now having to play a lot of defense because I know if I get hit at least 3 times, that's a wrap.
And Weapon Master Mode.
Weapon Master Mode. There you go. And that's what needs to come back, to be honest with you. I love stuff like that. And even though it was kind of with Tekken when they had the what is it called, where they're running around
Tekken Force.
Yeah, Tekken Force. Yeah.
I would love that to come back.
Stuff like that.
It could be grindy, but it's fun.
Just make it a side scrolling beat 'em up like us, like Suspect Emissary.
It would work.
Like Tekken 3's version was.
Well, Tekken 3's version was kind of wasn't all the way.
Look, they can improve. I'm saying.
Yes.
The concept was
the concept's there. The concept's there. I mean, but when you talk about the Soul Calibur, I think had it down pat. I think Soul Calibur was just before its time. But when we talk about adding more to it, unfortunately, a lot of developers are focusing more for the online crowd than they do single player crowd. As if it won't benefit. But
that's been an issue since the 8th gen. So
true.
So remember the phrase we talked about last week? Like you got studios building games for journalists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
this is the same thing. Like, why are you making a game to talk about netcode? That's straight YouTubers reviewer type foolishness. There's zero reason for that. That's the main reason you made the game. That was your approach to, like, we wanted to build a game that the fighting community would love to play. Like, make a fun game and the fighting game community will come along. Like, that's not. It doesn't work that way. That's not how the fighting game community was created. It wasn't created because somebody made a game for them. They made a good game and the people came.
That's the thing, though. I would separate the fighting community from the fighting game community. Because fighting game
I've always said that.
Yes. Dudes. Fighting community is just people that like to play the games.
So
fighting game community, again, has far too much power for
way too
being
much.
The smallest portion.
Now,
and at the end of the day, they're glorified advertisement anyway. They don't exist to make a company rich any more than they do to showcase the game. The game has to be good to showcase first, and it has to be fun to showcase so people will go buy it. Mm-hmm. And that's why Capcom spends money on Capcom Cup and funding Evo and stuff like that, because it's effectively free advertising for them. So they'll pay a little bit more money if it means that's less money they got to spend on a commercial. So it's not they build the game for that. It's, hey, we made this game. Let's support the FGC to help us advertise it. It's not. Yeah. It doesn't go the other way around. They make the game first. So it's just weird. It's okay with taking input. That's cool, but you have to understand that you're taking input from collectively a group of people that don't code. They just play the game.
That's it.
Also, a group of people that don't play the game to have fun. They don't play
that to
enjoy it. They play it specifically to attempt to win.
Yeah. So now,
mentality.
So we talked about this before with the first-person shooters. Do y'all think it would be beneficial for fighters to do the same thing in the sense to where they split the single player and the multiplayer to where you can download either or? So that way, if they want to focus on multiplayer to do that,
they're kind of already doing that. Street Fighter already did that.
Problem is they do that too much. With fighting games, you don't really need to split it. You just need to make each mode feel robust enough for somebody to want to play it.
And that's the thing. I feel like if you give it, like, let's say, to 2 different teams, you then have 2 different teams having and paying ultimate attention to each side, because right now, with any game, like one of my favorite franchises, unfortunately, is 2K, NBA 2K, to where anytime you have that conversation with anyone, depending on if they started at the beginning like me, or those that kind of came in around like the 6 or 7 gen, when we talk about 2K, we're ultimately talking about two different types of games. They're usually talking about my team, online, all the other stuff. I'm talking about from a single player standpoint. I'm talking about the mechanics and everything that comes along with the game, how plays are ran, how the AI works, the whole 9 yards. We're talking about two totally different games because there's one that are primarily online and then those of us that are primarily single player.
Man, you got people that didn't play NBA 2K before 2K14. So they don't even know what pre-online I got next. They don't even know what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, okay. In that instance, I think it works better for like sporting games and stuff because you have the teams. The teams are mostly static. They have changes and stuff like that, but the teams are mostly static. You could basically take an engine and make one game for that engine for multiplayer and put it out, and then make individual games for the single player experience.
Yeah,
the only reason that's different for fighting games is because the engine has to work the same across the board in every mode.
True.
Yeah,
and if it works any different, say online, your character's a little bit more floaty than if you play single player at home. That is going to cause inconsistency in the way that people will not purchase it.
Interesting.
So, VF6 is probably going to be the first game to test it. We'll see how it goes, but they're attempting. I don't know if they're going to split the game up, but they clearly are showing two completely different modes.
Right.
Well,
we'll see how it plays.
Modes, but what I'm talking about is how like the main core of it feels. Like, technically,
it looked like Shenmue to me. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, it does. I mean, wasn't that what
supposed to be Shenmue when it originally came out was supposed to be part of the Virtual Fighter series anyway.
That's what I'm saying. Didn't you Suzuki say that? Because that's why it was supposed to be like 5 or 6. No, it was supposed to be 16 chapters. It wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be 16 chapters, but it was supposed to
end up in Virtual Fighter.
He was supposed to be a fighter. That was his story.
Yeah,
basically it was him getting to that point.
You were playing his story until he ended up in the tournaments.
Yeah. Because I think one of them was supposed to have either Jackie or Akira was supposed to show up towards the end of the.
Well, I think 2 was supposed to have Jackie in it. I think 2 was supposed to have Jackie and Akira. There were rumors about both of them.
About both of them, because that's what I was like. I remember that because I remember when they did the original interview with Suzuki, and he said it was supposed to be like 16 chapters. I'm like, bro, what? What?
When you even played Shenmue, the original Shenmue, you get some of the Virtual Fighter characters' moves.
Yeah, you do. Yep. But you had to meet him at the right time though, and boy, trying to figure that you missed
the right person at the right time and be there. Because if you
missed,
that's it.
Yeah, you either had to go back to that original save point, or you better not save if you because there's a couple of them I had to start the game over because I missed it.
Yeah,
and I started the game over because I missed it.
And they made it so ridiculously hard to get every move in that game, but you could do it
because there was certain people like you couldn't get a move of theirs until you met them on a certain day. It had to be raining and it had to be in the schoolyard. Like, bro,
like you had to meet them again. Like, what the? Like, why do you make this so complicated?
The game was very specific.
World, but gosh, that is complicated.
And then some of them you only had to meet them in the afternoon when they were doing Tai Chi.
Yep.
Or like you got that double kick move from the dude that ran what was the hot dog stand?
The hot dog stand.
Yeah, hot dog stand guy. Yep.
Yeah,
that move saved me so many times in that game.
That one, and meeting the old guy in the park to learn pit blow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember pit blow because I was like, that was when you did that last fight in the warehouse. I was pit blowing everybody
because it knocked a bunch of people away.
Yeah,
especially when you
surrounded.
You surrounded. You good.
You ain't got what's his name back you up.
Mm-hmm.
You play that by yourself. I would, especially when the group would jump you. I'd do that, run away, so my health come back, and then run back.
Run back in.
Man, Sega used to have it. Man, we could probably do a whole podcast on Sega, but
Sega had it. Sega had a squad of like a team
Dreamcast
of like
so many games that Dreamcast still has games that have not been put anywhere else.
Nope.
Yeah. And that's why I was like, hey yo, Nintendo, I'm paying for this NSO with GameCube. You gonna throw that Dreamcast on there? You gonna throw that Dreamcast on
Dreamcast
People still asking for Saturn.
Yeah.
Look, give me GameCube, not GameCube, give me Game Gear, give me Saturn, and give me Dreamcast. I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah.
Sega act like they don't even want to acknowledge Dreamcast half the time.
Well, that's
it's almost like they're ashamed of it.
Well, I don't think they're ashamed of it. They just ashamed of the freaking leadership at the time.
I mean, that's passe. Like, just you let that go. Like,
let it go.
Let it go.
I think this I don't know for sure. This is just my head canon on this, but I think it's because Bernie Stoller rushed the Sega Saturn to an early death and then rushed the Dreamcast out. Yeah, and that caused a bad mark on him because people. And we used to talk. People love the Dreamcast, when people hate the Saturn, but the Saturn sold more than the Dreamcast.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, because I didn't get the Saturn, I got the Dreamcast, and I was very happy with my purchase. I was mad when it went away because I was like, bruh, weren't making no why? Money. I like it had the better football franchise, 2K, because Vicarious Visions,
basketball, all of it.
When Vicarious Visions had 2K, like, bruh, Madden who? That's all we was playing in the dorm.
Virtual Tennis was on point.
Yes, it still is to this day.
Yeah,
it is. The main reason, though, that Sega the Dreamcast wasn't successful, I think at the time it cost them about $300 to make one, and they were selling them for $199.
Yeah. And on top of that, it didn't help that you could easily pirate the game.
Yeah.
Windows CE made it too easy.
Yeah. So it was that. Yeah. So, but I will say this still had the best version of Code Veronica.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Yep. Definitely. Dreamcast had a lot.
Best version of Code Veronica, best version of Grandia 2, best version of.
when people don't get it, but when the Dreamcast had a game that also ended up on PS2, even though the PS2 was the better hardware, most of the time the game was better on Dreamcast.
Yep.
Headhunter, for example, Headhunter, which never came out over here, it came out in Europe and Japan. Headhunter on Dreamcast feels way better than it does on PS2.
I know
it was designed for PS2.
I know Grandia 2 felt better. I know
Dead or Alive 2.
Dead or Alive
2 especially.
What's the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 felt better?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
That was Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was made on the Naomi boards, which was basically
Dreamcast. Specifically Dreamcast.
Yeah. So I was like, there was a bunch of games that Dreamcast had that was just better there. I like the only version I will say, the only version of a game that was better that wasn't on it was the battle mode for Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic Adventure 2 battle on GameCube.
GameCube was better. Yeah, they came afterwards. Yeah.
Actually, no, that was DLC for the Dreamcast version.
That was DLC for.
Was it?
It was the DLC came out of Japan.
Oh, okay.
It came out
of Japan. I was about to say.
It never came out over here. It was intended.
They probably would have had to do like a version 2 disc like they did for for PSO and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's why it just ended up on GameCube when they did it with Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Because I remember it did have the setup for the network link, but it never.
Now I never played Skies of Arcadia on GameCube. I played it on Dreamcast.
I did,
but I know some people say it still played better on Dreamcast, so I can't confirm or deny that.
I prefer GameCube.
GameCube, okay.
It's like a wash to me. Like a lot of people will prefer one or the other because of controls and stuff like that. But to me, they effectively look the same.
Okay.
And the load times, depending on what part of the game, sometimes the Dreamcast load faster, sometimes the GameCube did, depending on what part of the game you're in.
Now that's one
extra
game.
content too, and GameCube had extra content.
That's one game I hope they can throw on NSO.
Somebody got to do something with it. Because they keep flirting with it, putting it in Sonic Racers and all this stuff.
Well, the other thing too is they keep re-upping the thing. Yeah. So I'm like, it's just like Nintendo with Eternal Darkness. What y'all doing?
Yeah,
doing something or are we not?
Like,
doing something or are we not doing something?
Trademark.
Yeah.
But to be fair, they kept doing the same thing with Metroid Dread until they finally released it.
Finally did something with it. Yeah. Look, Sega could have a pretty nasty run right now because what Shinobi did great. I feel like Shinobi was a great game. Crazy Taxi looks to be the next one up. So we have to see what it's going to do there.
I'm just
Streets
glad
of
it's not
Rage.
live service anymore. I'm just
Me
glad
too.
it's not live
Streets of
service.
Rage was amazing. So now they got this new Streets of Rage that's going to be out, which looks like a 3D situation. If they can, the games they showed us, the Jet Set Radios, if they can knock those out the park and then say, hey, look, we got a second round, and that's Skies of Arcadia and Panzer Dragoon and Knights and all and Sonic again.
That's right. The Panzer Dragoon Zooey demo is out.
Yeah.
The remake.
Yep.
So they have like that's the thing. Like as much as people joke, and even though they messed it up pretty bad in the 2000s and the 90s, Sega is the liable candidate I would ever raise my hand to come back into this generation or come back into console gaming.
I think they can make money if they had good leadership.
Like I'm not looking for a Google, an Apple, anybody. Like I'm looking, and if Sega came right now and said, "Hey, we're doing a Kickstarter for whatever they want to call it," I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm donating immediately.
No more $1 trillion companies. We good over here.
Sega's
we good.
Main problem is they don't have an idea to focus around for it. If they had an idea to focus around for it, I think they would do it. I personally think if they had an idea that was viable and somebody could give them something that they could work with, I wholeheartedly believe they would do it.
Yeah, I mean,
especially
and
if
then
they can undercut the competition.
Yeah, and to me, I'm yanking back my IP. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Persona, all that stuff is coming back.
Yeah,
it's
coming back because it's ours anyway.
Probably wouldn't be able to do that with would be Bayonetta.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, Nintendo has the game rights, and Sega owns the trademark. So
Royal Hustle, I don't see them coming back either. I'm just saying
that might just be dual console release. They'd be like, okay, we just gonna split it down the middle.
To be fair, to be honest, I think Nintendo and Sega would actually work together. I don't
think they will mind.
Yeah, because this ain't no, and even in the 90s, they didn't hate each other. There was just a rivalry.
At that point.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everybody eats, man. I really see a situation where if they did come out with that or something like that, I think Nintendo would. They're like, hey, we'll re-release the Bayonetta games on Dreamcast 2 or whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, we'll release them both. Like I don't. I would love for them to come back, but I don't see it happening either. Just because I don't see
it's too expensive.
Well, one, it is too expensive, and two, if you were gonna do it now, I would wait till after this.
I'd wait until the next generation.
JB is tripping.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, oh yeah, that's true.
It did. That's why I was like. But
yeah,
Sega. Biggest. Go ahead. You go ahead.
Oh, Sega built up enough rapport as well as IP that I feel like they can do it. Now, granted, they don't have their sports games anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that they can't but start anew, because people are tired of 2K. There is no live. People are getting tired of Madden. There is no NFL 2K5. The hockey scene is dead. MLB, the show is there. People are pissed off with them too. Like they're tired of MLB.
There's no triple play.
There's no triple play. There's no RBI. There's like King Griffey. None of that stuff. Like it's Al Ripken Jr. Like none of that stuff is there anymore. So I think they can bring back the arcade sports game because everybody's trying to be simulation now. So
I'm with it. Bases loaded, man. Let's go.
Bases loaded.
I love somebody to do
NBA Jam.
If who owns that? EA?
NBA Jam was. I think
EA still owns it.
That was Midway. So
EA bought them. Remember?
EA bought it, I think, because they were the publisher for Wii, I believe.
Yeah, for the Wii and the 360, like they bought the Jam license.
It ain't coming back.
You ain't stupid. Yeah, look, if you ever think you're gonna come back, we own the license. We're not done.
The bad thing is
EA Canada.
I have such a good idea to kill Madden that I can't tell nobody about.
It's an easy thing to do.
No,
it's not.
You're not going to kill Madden.
I have an idea for killing Madden that would work because it would supersede what they're doing, and it would not require NFL licenses.
That's what I'm saying. Like the main reason why Madden is doing this is because NFL keeps they just keep giving them the license.
That's because they make money off of it no matter what. It's a guaranteed check.
Yeah, it's a guaranteed win. I mean, because you got the content creators that has EA from throat to gut right now. Like it's just it's like
kind of crazy,
ridiculous.
Like they use the game to predict who's going to win the Super Bowl on NFL Network.
Right?
Like you can't.
Yeah. Well, they do that with everything nowadays. So
they're tied in.
Yeah.
But I will say, like the best thing you can do, I feel like with these sports games, just make up fictional characters. Like you don't need the actual characters like that. And if you want, people are creative enough to where if you get slick enough to say, "Hey, I'm gonna put the assets in there," you can create the characters if you want to. It's not hard.
I mean, I'm surprised they never made anything in the N1 stuff. I'm surprised they never made anything with the N1 people because I'm like, dude, that's your arcade right there.
Yeah.
So I think they shot themselves in the foot with the first two games.
Yeah.
With the N1 because the N1 scene was hot.
Yeah.
The games were just trash, but they were hot.
But you just make it arcade. But then again, like you got so many people they're against arcade style stuff because it's not realistic. I'm like, it ain't supposed to be.
It's not supposed to be.
They can both exist. You can have simulation and
arcade. Like we did it. We did it in the 5th, 6th gen. Like NBA Street.
Yep.
Like
NFL Street.
But here's the problem, though.
All the street games were great.
We've gotten to a point.
They came out too close to each other.
Within the same year, that was so stupid.
Back to back for this.
Well, if you're trying to do it for the season, that's yeah.
But
they were following what was happening the decade before because then you had the Blitz franchise too.
Yep.
And because they were doing NHL and NFL Blitz, and it was the same concept.
But NFL kind of put a stop to Blitz though.
I'm talking I'm not talking about across different sports. I'm talking about within the same sport.
The same sport,
You had NFL Street, did NFL Street Volume 2 like what 8 months later?
8 months later, yeah.
And that's crazy. But even then, like where the issue where we're at now as far as gaming, unfortunately, if you did a simulation in an arcade, people are going to expect the arcade version to be cheaper. Just off rip. It's very dumb.
Which is crazy because back then, well, we know then because we knew you got what you paid for based on how much memory was in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew whether I bought NBA Live or NBA Courtside, somebody put that in the chat, I'm paying $60.
Mm-hmm.
Like I knew both games were that price because you're paying for the cart. You're not paying for what the name of the game is or what style of game it is. So, but nowadays, I guess that's negligible as we have capacities that well exceed that now. So it's really just the studio being cheap. Well, I'm sorry, the publisher being cheap. So it's just really at this point, you can do. At least Nintendo's doing that. They're kind of gauging and seeing. And I don't think it's just the fact that it's arcade based. It's just based on how much they could get away with. Because if like, so they Star Fox, right? Star Fox was $50 or whatever, or $60 depending on what outlet you go to or whatever, right? If they made that same type of game, like it was a corridor shooter, but it was Mario characters in it, please believe that bitch is $70.
Oh yeah,
please believe
for sure. For sure,
because they know they know the IP, the value, so they're gonna.
I mean, that's business.
Yeah, that's business, and that's one of the things.
A Mario corridor shooter using them guns from Mario Rabbids.
Mario Rabbids.
Yeah. I got to finish that game. I bought all of them for like $8 the other day.
Dude. Like
Sparks of Hope is good. It's really good.
Now that it runs great on Switch too, as well.
Ubisoft with them crackhead deals, boy. Ubisoft don't be caring, but they'll put the whole game out for $9.
They'll pay you to play it. I'm like, all right, man.
They really gotta stop doing that. That's killing.
They really do.
So bad.
Yeah.
I wonder who agrees to that. I don't like. That makes no sense.
I honestly think it's one of those situations where they just like, look, man, we got to get something. We just got to get something.
Because it's crazy where we've seen like all these GTA 6 leaks, right? And there were some people faking them with Watch Dogs 2, and people are like, oh, that looks good. Like that's Watch Dogs 2, the one game that everybody ignored. So it's like,
I wonder why they ignore Watch Dogs 2.
Oh, I can tell you why they ignored it.
I wonder why.
Watch Dogs 2 is the cheap prostitute
reputation.
Yeah, that Ubisoft is like this the cheap prostitute in gaming. It's like Well, give it to you for 50.
know.
I'll give you like 45, 30. Like, hold on, how'd you go lower than my bid? I'm like, all right, cool, whatever.
I don't know. I don't know if I was at Ubisoft if they would have made them mistakes with Watch Dogs. I don't think they would have if I was running it. Because ain't no way. I'm not going to hobble the PC version.
Yeah, that was
all.
silly.
I don't know why they did that. And then you hold back the Wii U version to not add anything to it. So what was the point?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, at that point, you know what the point was. Somebody made a phone call and said, "Don't put it out on them."
Don't do it.
Oh, yeah,
They didn't want it out at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I've been looking at my pockets and be like,
Well, if I was Ubisoft, I would have told them. I would have told them right where they could go and what they could kiss because they already screwed them over with Rayman.
Rayman, yeah.
Like and so much so to the point where the team basically like, no, the game is ready. We can put it out right now.
Somebody said the game wasn't ready. The team was like, "Oh hell no, it's ready."
Oh hell no, it
Wow.
We would still be playing Switch 2 right now with a second display if Wii U had taken off.
If Wii U had taken off,
because I'm thinking right now, like they literally handicapped their own games because all you had to do is look at what Arkham City did on the platform right there.
Mm-hmm.
Every open world game having that. Like every open world game having that, and it doesn't matter. Even if you had to quote unquote reduce the graphics or whatever, it doesn't matter because the game is so immersive at that point. Like you're walking around, you got a map, like it's vibrating, talking to you, like you looking at the screen, it's telling you stuff. Man, come on, man. You don't need a HUD anymore.
Bethesda's feeling a little stupid about the fact that they laughed at the idea of turning the Pip-Boy into the screen for the Wii U.
Yeah.
Just to go and make a whole enclosure,
whole separate one,
exact same thing. I was like, you could have done that on there.
It's like everybody intentionally avoided doing the right thing. Like they knew what that was going to do, and I'm
sorry. Both of the Metal Gear Solid games that came out during that time period would have worked great on the Wii U.
Yep. Basically,
active map, man. Shit.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. They didn't do a lot of things with the gamepad on Watch Dogs because I didn't have it on the Wii U. They didn't do a lot.
They literally did not do really anything with the game.
After seeing Batman come out that way, that's what bothers me the most. Like that was a launch game. That was the example, and y'all said no. It's okay though. Xenoblade came out.
Then couldn't piss off Sony and Microsoft.
But this is also Ubisoft that blamed Nintendo for Zombie U not making back money.
That too.
That game that game was selling 6-1 at launch with the console. And
so now we know, but we know now because like the court cases on sealed documents. Now we know what Sony was doing. So actively stopping.
All Jim Ryan had to do was shut up. That's all he had to do. That's all he had to do.
If they have the game, then they're going to give us gimped versions. Oh, so like what you call happened with Nintendo.
Right.
Yeah,
but I mean, but y'all like graphics so much, right? So your PS4 version can have all the graphics.
Yeah.
But you got to press start and pause the game to do anything.
Yeah. It's
pretty.
I
don't have to. So that's a good trade-off, I think. But whatever.
It's pretty, just like you wanted it.
I wouldn't mind my graphics being worse if I get the better gameplay experience.
There you go.
Yeah. And I think that's what they knew too, and they didn't want to. Yeah, they didn't want that thing to happen.
Then they had their certain sites that they would use to make sure that the game. They said the game was horrible.
Yep. And then they still do because they're still
Greg
doing
Miller,
right now. They still doing it.
You don't talk about homeboys like that. I'm talking about your homeboys like that.
My bad. I'm sorry.
We're gonna have to send Vicky over to them because they need some thrashings.
You didn't say any of that. Yes, you did. Stop being a little bitch about it.
Hi, Vicky. Oh, dude,
Vicky, you late?
Yes.
Bro, I remember Brian Altano got mad at me in Shadow.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Like, he ain't
bro.
He ain't saying nothing else, though.
Hey, look, if you're going to say it, say it with your chest.
Yeah, I'm like, bro. All I asked him was, why did the video disappear? I ain't heard nothing else. After that, I ain't heard nothing else. I'm like, well, all right, you saying you ain't say this, but why the video disappeared?
Erase the proof.
like literally, like straight up going. When you got to follow up and go to Wayback Machine and delete that too, that's crazy.
It deleted like a year and a half of videos.
It's crazy work. Like
I still didn't get all of them.
For people that don't know, go to IGN and look for any articles from 2012, late 2012 to about mid 2013. You'll notice quite a bit of them are gone.
Yep. And there's a couple videos on YouTube that they don't have them on.
But you do know the other thing that would have happened if the Wii U was successful? Both Microsoft and Sony, following generation, would have had a console that would have allowed you to use 2 displays.
Yeah. Because they were gonna do the same thing. They were gonna do either you use a phone or something to mimic the. They had already planned. They already planned just in case.
Yeah, Microsoft already had smart glass. They had smart glass.
I'm still pissed off about that. That's the one example that would have made me play Madden. Is to have the ability to do
smart glass was used more on the NFL field than it was the game.
Yeah,
which is wild.
Which is funny. Oh snap! We had 2 hours, man. I gotta go to bed. All right, peeps. I'm glad y'all enjoyed the show tonight. We do have Gamescom starting actually tomorrow. Limited run games will be doing something tomorrow afternoon with He-Man. I hope they give us a release date because that's one of the side scrolls I was waiting on. So they came out in April.
Release date. They gonna give you a release date. You still ain't gonna get the game until 4 months later.
Yeah, but yeah. Either way, but they're supposed to be doing something tomorrow. But the opening night live is Tuesday. It's Tuesday 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is gonna be like because they're in Germany, so it's gonna be like 7 o'clock in the evening there. Yeah, so we're gonna be a little late, but I will try to get back as fast as I can to start it up. So we will probably be a little bit late.
Opening afternoon live.
Yeah, opening afternoon live. Yeah, so we will be here Tuesday for that. So just so you know, but yeah. That's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we will try to be as on time as possible, I guess, as we can be.
It'd be all right.
Yeah.
I'm just warning everybody, if Todd Howard shows up, there's more than likely going to be an obligatory comment from me about drop kicking him off of a stage.
As always.
That's what that means some grace.
Yeah. And if we see Kojima, we're probably all going to barf in our throats a little bit. But so Jack, anything you want to pimp out?
Not really. I did get a chance to record some footage of the gameplay I was talking about on my Quest 3. It was of my son playing God of War 3 on the PlayStation 3. So it looked pretty cool. It was something that, like, when I got it set up, he's like, I don't know if I want to do it. It seems like a lot. I was like, I'll get it all set up. Like, we'll be good to go. Got him set up, put it in there, and he was like, kept looking at his phone. I was like, what are you looking at? He's like, I'm trying to watch Bleach. The new episode just came out. And so I was like, Bleach. I said, you're in the Quest. I said, just throw Hulu up right there on the left side. He's like, I could do that. So he then throws Hulu up on the left side, and then he has God of War 3 right here. And I was like, well, the recording wise, because it's Hulu, it blacks out the screen for that. But ultimately, he's in there like going back and forth, like, oh, okay. And I heard some stuff, and I told him I should have punched him in the face because he's like, or he may did this. I was like, shut up. I haven't. Like, I was waiting.
Bro, you gonna love this episode, bro. You gonna love this
because I'm gonna have to start watching it because I thought they were gonna do both sub and dub, but it seems like they're just going straight sub.
Dub is like a couple weeks later.
All right. Well,
so
I guess
they're not doing it. They're not doing it time and time. So all I'm gonna say is this: the Orihime Slender stops after this week. So
trust me, I just went past a thumbnail that was like the Orihime Slender stops. I'm like,
dude, all right, you got to give Kubo props for that. So yeah, but yeah, this they
because I've been trying to watch it, but like the little one was up, and then like the first episode I was watching, I was like, okay, it's just cheeks on the screen off rip. So I'm like, all right, cool. all right. I was like, y'all just really
anime.
Oh yeah, the Yoroichi yeah, I forgot about it. Yeah, dude, that's
immediately. I'm like, come on, like, can we not wait? Like, goodness.
Don't feel bad. I'm sitting here trying to play trying to watch a Kill la Kill with my granddaughter, and I'm like,
it's tough, my boy. It's tough.
Ooh.
Yeah, but other than that, man, nothing. And then Vicky, look, I'm gonna surprise you one of these days. We're gonna do a cold stream, and you're gonna sit there and you're gonna watch. You're gonna watch the fear and the tears run down my face, and then I'm gonna blame you for the therapy that I'm gonna have afterwards.
So get your. He's saying get your wallet ready.
Thank you, because I'm not going to anybody cheap just because I can. I'm going to somebody that costs, and I'm gonna make you pay for it.
Blurred mental health matters.
There you go. Because I watched that crap you was playing. I don't know what it was, what seances and stuff. No. I am a godly man, ma'am. I am not doing.
I think I added one of them to my wish list. It was something about that, like they were burning something in the middle of the woods. I saw that game. I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll try it. Why not?
That's why I told Sandstorm when he was like, oh, I like the game Cult of the Lamb. I said, nah, I tried it. And like when I first started playing it, I was like, oh, this is a cool game. Then I started getting deeper into it. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I was like, oop, deleting this.
Dark Void, I am not. I'm not picking up Metal Gear Solid 4.
That's one series I could not get into. I cannot get into Metal Gear Solid. I've tried.
It's an acquired taste.
It's something you gotta kind of really
stealth has just never been my thing.
I mean, I like playing with Solid Snake and Subspace Emissary though.
What'd you say, Andre?
Let's say, have you played Thief?
Tried. I don't like the first person aspect of it.
If you ain't getting into it with Thief, you ain't going.
Because
if you ain't getting into it with Thief or Dishonored,
Splinter Cell made it easier.
What the issue? I think the issues with Thief and Dishonor was the first person. I'm not a big fan of first person.
If you haven't played Splinter Cell, you should try that then.
Splinter Cell. Did I play Splinter Cell?
Splinter Cell would be easier.
I think I played Splinter Cell, but this was years ago. Like I didn't try the 360 version.
No, you should play it on the Wii U.
No, if you're gonna get Splinter Cell, I would tell you to get the one for the Wii U.
Yeah, because the one for the Wii U.
Which one was that? Chaos Theory or which one was that?
Chaos Theory was on the Wii.
Yeah, Chaos Theory was on GameCube and
the Wii U one was what was the Wii U one?
Oh, I'll look it up real
Splinter
quick.
Cell, something. I forgot.
Blacklist.
Yeah, Blacklist.
Okay, I'll go get that now.
They also had the Connect features on 360, but Wii U had the drone thing.
Yeah, that's why you get the
I'm looking at it now. The Wii U gamepad advantages.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, okay.
It was made for the gamepad. So,
which many things should have been, but hey, can't grab a spill milk.
Hey, look. As I said before, my video series is now very much viable today because people are going back, taking these decomp games.
And adding that stuff.
Getting them to the Wii U and 3DS.
Yeah.
So I created evergreen content 6 years ago.
I'm to the point. Like, do virtual console like that. Like, I would play Simon's Quest with a perpetual map. You know what I mean?
Now,
like,
you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. After hearing all this, the BS that people were saying about the virtual console when the virtual console was live, talking about how they wanted a subscription service. Y'all don't deserve to have it back.
Yeah, where they at? Where they at now?
Deserve to have it back.
Because want that subscription service the way I like.
We tried to. I remember GAL was trying to tell y'all stop saying that because that's not what you want.
Yep.
Y'all fanboys. I'm like, all right.
No, we said.
As soon as I got subscription service, he said what we want, what we.
I remember distinctly during one of our podcasts, and I said, "You do not want just a subscription model. You want to say this. I want to be able to purchase them separately, but I would like to have the subscription to be able to just pay for that. That way."
And what did they call you? And what did they call you?
You don't know.
Fanboy. Straight up.
Little fanboy, you don't know what you're talking about. Shut up. Okay. Well,
and that's why anybody that be complaining about it, I'm like, no, I'm glad they don't do it.
What was that? What was that dude? Was that RX something? That one
RX something,
try to be a dickhead.
Internet can go out right now. I can turn on my Wii U, all them games on there.
Yep.
Every last one of them.
That was it. I'm like, y'all.
No checks.
Well, and on the on the flip side of that, I will say this: I understand why Nintendo stopped doing it because people weren't buying them games like they claimed to be doing.
Yep.
So
No,
they did the right thing for. Once again, they made a business decision. I love when people try to act like if a company make a business decision, it's automatically anti-consumer. They made a business decision and they went off what their numbers said. Their numbers said y'all wasn't buying it. So guess what? You get the subscription service. Like you said, you own it.
Because how do you even price it? Because people are not going to be happy either way. Like, you're charging $10 for a 30-year-old game.
You're charging $5.
Sounds just like
but you have no problem paying $250 for a Perfect Dark in a box. Not even in good condition, mind you, just in a box. So
different folks.
Yeah, but all right, Andre, anything you want to pimp out?
Nah, not yet. Whatever happens, happens.
Gotcha.
If he dies, he dies.
Off this week, so let's just say it's gonna happen.
Gotcha. All right, Shadow. What about you? Anything you want to pimp out?
Yeah, my computer died that I was editing on, so it's working on some magic right now as I monitor the network. And when I'm done with it, I'll finish editing and put it up. So it's been a week. It'll be up.
All right. The only thing I got is, like I said earlier, I do have a live stream of the Trails in the Sky demo, second chapter, the first hour and 50 minutes, because the first hour was nothing but talking.
I just hit that skip all button, brother. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, so I was live streaming. So
okay.
I also played like 45 minutes of the got 45 minutes of gameplay from the Dust Fade demo. I'll be putting up either Tuesday or Wednesday, so that'll be up on the channel. So check those out when they go when you have a chance. And don't forget, we will be live reactioning on Tuesday as close to 2 as we can get. But we'll be live. The link will be in Discord and on Twitter and Facebook. So and Blue Sky if you have that. So I'll put the links there as normal, so you guys will be able to see them. So
that must be doing good if it's still around.
What, Blue Sky?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I haven't even been over there.
I've been over there a lot.
It's basically, you got to go
Twitter out with the jank.
Grain of salt. It's basically just Twitter.
Yeah, but it works for me. So
a lot less drama.
A lot less drama. So all right, people.
We don't know what community, but
all right, people. We will see you guys on Tuesday. Peace out.
Peace.